Hey, you to another fantastic stream of the Suzette Speaks Show. We're doing a little late night streaming tonight. It's about 11 o'clock Eastern. If you're still up, I want to thank you for joining me. If you're already in bed and you're watching the replay, no worries. I know this one was a little bit impromptu, but as a connoisseur of dancehall reggae music, I had to come on and say my little piece on what happened at the Grammys. This year at the Grammys, the best reggae album went to a group named SOJA. SOJA is a predominantly white, male dominated group. White guys, let's just be frank, who are from the state of Virginia in the United States, have been playing reggae music for quite some time. And it came as a surprise, and the internet has something to say with respect to this win. So I wanted to chime in again. I believe in diversity, I believe in inclusion, and I believe in allowing, folks to have their sense of expression and First Amendment right. But this one, needless to say, struck a nerve with those of us who really do love dancehall music, love reggae music. And as a born Jamaican, raised here in the United States, I just wanted to come in and see what you guys had to say because, yes, I am Jamaican. Thank you for asking, Teddy Lee. Yes, I was born in Kingston, Jamaica. I was raised here in Florida. I have a very, what should I say, a very deep love for Jamaican culture. Although I'm very Americanized, depending on who you ask, I like to say that to Jamaicans, I seem Americanized, and to Americans, I seem very Jamaican. But I am what I call the best of both worlds as an immigrant, as a U.S. citizen of Jamaican heritage. I feel very, very tied to the culture of my birth. And I wanted to chime in and get your opinion on what happened at the Grammys, where the award for Best Reggae Album was given to a group that consisted of predominantly white guys from Virginia. And we're going to talk about it. There was a lot of buzz, needless to say, on Twitter right now. The term Jamaican is trending. So I said, you know what? It's late, but I want to come in and give my little 2 cents on what I think this means for the category, why the outcome was what it was. And of course, there are so many people that were incensed, quite frankly, that there were several Jamaican artists in the category who had outstanding albums that seemed to be snubbed yet again, one of them being Spice. If you guys don't know her music, she's a little bit more on the, let's just say, raunchy side of dancehall. She talks a lot more about intimacy, let's put it that way. And she has blown up, I guess, in the US. She's always been big in the Caribbean. And in Jamaica in specific, she has a very, very, very strong base of fans that are Jamaican. So the question becomes, do you need to be known among true, and I will use that in air quotes because apparently there's a different type of reggae lovers depending on who you ask? Can you justifiably win the best reggae album if people in Jamaica don't even know your name? If people in Jamaica don't never heard of your band? As the originators of reggae music, there's some sensitivity around this, being that, of course, as a genre, there has been some appropriation in recent years, and many years. I can't even just say recent years, in many years, where folks feel as if many Jamaicans feel as if the music that is being exported is not being given the sense of, which I say, respect as well as acknowledgement as to where it originated. And quite frankly, a lot of Jamaicans are not making money off of what is in fact reggae music. We are seeing a lot of our brothers and sisters, and I call us, all related as far as the human race, using, reggae beats, sampling all kinds of, foundational reggae music. And it's now having a worldwide, or has been a worldwide um, impact over, the last, I would say, especially, guess you could bring it back to Harry Belafonte back in the day, how reggae music has been really global. So a lot of people love reggae music, and a lot of people claim reggae music as their own. I won't even get into the history between, the genre of reggaeton, what has been called reggaeton, and its roots. But that's a whole nother discussion to have. But as a lover, as a true, and I'm telling you, on my sad days, I love all kinds of music. I love, my R&B, my hip hop. I'll even play some country. I love oldies. I love new trap, if you will, and I listen to UK drill. I listen to all kinds. I love Afrobeat world music, but my heart uh, goes always back to my reggae. I love classic reggae that is kind of like, the one drop, which is more so, you know, um, Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, those folks. And but I really have a heart for, and y'all might be surprised by it. I really have a heart for dance hall. I grew up in the U.S., as I said before, but my parents, thank you, Lord, kept me close to my culture because I think, you know what? I just found out a story. Big up to my people watching. First of all, let me see, as we talk about who just won the best reggae album and how it happens not to be any of the Jamaicans that was in the category. And I thought that was very, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I was going to say surprising, but maybe I shouldn't be surprised because of how uh, global music has become. And if a white, predominantly white American band wins the best reggae album, do you have a problem with it? And is it a form of appropriation? And should we, you know, be taken aback and question a little bit the integrity of the Grammys? I'm going to ask you guys what you think. Let me say what's up to the people in the chat. If you're watching this, Suzette Speaks, TV host and attorney based here in Miami, Florida, wanting to just wax a little bit philosophical on who won the best reggae album. Again, it is trending. It is all over. Like I say, Twitter, the word Jamaican is now trending. And there have been a lot of people who were dismayed by this outcome, a lot of fans of others who were in this category, nominated in this category. The other folks happen to be Jamaican, except for this group that is made up of predominantly, like I say, white men who have been playing reggae music for a long time, who have acknowledged their inspirations, being, the founding fathers of reggae. And I'll kind of go over that a little bit. But I want to welcome y'all. Y'all hit the like button. Some late night streaming tonight. Just wanted to give my opinion on something again that I care about. I love dancehall reggae. And of course, they say there is no dance hall category. It's just reggae, best reggae album now. Since 95, this Grammy has been called. Because there's not enough album sales, as I've been reading about, some of the albums that even are being considered or were being considered this year, didn't do the numbers. So they have to be kind of in the umbrella of reggae music and not necessarily allowing those of us who are connoisseurs of reggae dancehall, the subgenre that is much more, what should I say, homegrown in terms of being akin to, the underground music that is I say, heart and soul of the street, and talking about, the social issues, talking about all kinds of things. Dance hall has changed. Now we have even a more specific dance hall called trap dance hall, which has changed dance hall a lot. Quite frankly, in the last couple of years, as far as what the folks are singing about. I'm not sure if I dig all of the trap dance hall, not my thing, but some of the songs hit. I'm not gonna lie, some of the beats rock, but I think it has become more difficult for the artists to become true international stars because they've gotten into this trap, which is much more about violence and, other unbecoming behavior. Let's say it like that. So as far as pure dance hall, I have I think I was just going to tell you guys that during the summers when I was growing up, my mom sent me back to Jamaica to hang out with my cousins. It was the best influence I could have had to understand, where you're coming from. And I came to learn actually in adulthood that she was like, nah, I just couldn't afford um childcare. I couldn't afford summer school for y'all. So that's why I sent y'all back to Jamaica. I was like, here I thought you was here. Y'all hit the like button, please. Suzette Speaks here, talking about the Grammy win by a group called SOJA, SOJA, in the best reggae album category that really had a lot of people hot on the internet because they did not think for a genre that originates in Jamaica that it spoke to the understanding and the respect of a genre if the folks who created it are not the ones ultimately acknowledged for it. I'm trying to pick my words very carefully because I gotta get. Let me set some of the background. Like, y'all hit the like button as you come in. It's Suzette Speaks. I'm talking about my love for dancehall music. So this is not out of the blue. This is not me just trying to like pick up a headline. I love this music. I love this music. If you guys get to see me out, I dance. I dance, not crazy, but I dance. I dance for fun. The reggae dance hall is a freedom. All of it goes back to our African roots in terms of the, which I say, the physical expression of joy, of connection. That the drum. I don't care where you are in the world. I don't care what part of the diaspora you're from. The drum, it calls you, and that beat, that wherever you go, it's a party starter. It is an indication. I call, and I think I actually heard. I think it might have been Kevin Little. Shout out to Kevin Little. He said that it was reggae is kind of like the bridge between African music genres and the Americas. And I thought that was pretty accurate in terms of what it means as far as the influences it has had and the way it has developed and the sound. Thank you, ancestors. So as I think about how much it has influenced my life, like I said, when I was younger, I'm talking about like maybe 10, 12, it was like every 2 years, my mom sent me down, me and my brother, to go hang out with our cousins in Jamaica. And I remember, I think it was when I turned 12, I got my first, I think it was a CD or did they have cassettes? I think I had a CD of my first dance hall, and that was a time where in dance hall there was a lot of actual dances, right? When people hear about the dances like the bogle or let me think, the tati. I think it's even before early 2000s dance hall. I'm talking about late 90s. And it was just so refreshing. I remember the first time I heard it, man, it changed my life. I listened to it back to back to back that summer. And I remember one of my cousins who also we became fast friends. Of course, I grew up in the United States. She grew up in Jamaica, but showing me the dances, showing me the moves, us going, not out. We were like kids, but like to the park and showing out, like doing our dances and stuff. I'm the American kid, right? But I was into it, baby. I was into it. And I've never lost my affinity for reggae. I just never lost it. I remember even in college, I had participated in some activities where I had, represented the Caribbean Student Association and all that. I helped start a dance troupe there before like dancing took off as if it were like, a religion, the way we have dance groups now. I used to, come up with choreography to Bob Marley, to all kinds of stuff, and do it with our Caribbean dance troupe, Caribbean American groups and such. So I just wanted to tell you that so that you understand how much I really, really not only care about this, particular win, this Grammy win, but it's a form, it's a of art that I connect to so deeply, and it is my love language in a sense when I listen to reggae music. So let me back up. Let me get into the chat real quick because I done said a lot, and I want to see who's up this late with me. Big up to Jay Bulls. What up? I'm doing well, thank you. Wanted to come on real quick and say what's up. What up, Reese? How are you, my little? It's my cousin, but we call him nephew. Cousin nephew. Name is Reese. Big up yourself, the red dragon in the building. Um, yeah, reggae and dancehall originated in Jamaica. Yes, there are so many other cultures that sample it, that have, taken bits and pieces, and there's a whole discourse around what that means, and where there has not been acknowledgement what that means. There's artists, and I won't speak for them, but popular reggae dance hall artists who have been, feeling, slighted some type of way, resentful that there are so many people making money off of dance hall, but not the actual originators, the dance hall artists that come up with, or who have, been the foundation of, outside of the Marleys, which we always see in this category. I was reading about, I think they have won the majority of the reggae album of the year, folks coming out of the Marley camp. And I was going through, I was just doing a quick Google search of how many they've won. But I think Ziggy has won the most, Damian Marley, Stephen Marley. They have kind of in the Marley umbrella taken home that trophy many a times. We've also had Beanie Man win. Shaggy is a past winner. Buju Banton is a past winner. But this year, like I said, it ruffled a few feathers to see a group that originated in the United States win the best reggae album of the year. Let's get into it. Hey Andrew, nice to see you up. Yep, they play games, man. How you even draw comparisons? Coffee should have gotten it. Yes, Coffee has won it. Actually, I think it was last year. Coffee won best reggae album. Uh, Tell me how you really feel, Ronnie. Thank you. Uh, hey, Carl. So I know you Jamaican because anybody whose name is Susie, Suzette, any of that, they just get called Susan. I don't know how many older, my elder Jamaicans call me, hey, Susan, Susan, come here. And you can't correct them. Everybody is Susan as long as you have a Sue in the beginning of your name. Thank you. Thank you, Suzanne, for going in on this. You're welcome. We don't know these folks in their lane. It's a major diss to us. Yeah, exactly. And I'll go into their history because they have made several reggae albums, this group, SOJA. But I've never heard of them. I didn't hear of them till they won. And I love reggae. I love reggae. I also love dance hall reggae. And I thought to myself, bruh, what does this mean? This is just bizarre. It shocked me. So y'all welcome. Hit the like button, please. I'm gonna continue to do some comment reading. I see so many people that are up. I'm surprised. Welcome, welcome, my East Coast, my West Coast, wherever you are watching from. Let me know you're watching. If you're watching on Facebook, big up yourself. If you are watching on my YouTube page, big up yourself. Yes, I agree with this. This is one of my favorite albums. Buju Banton, or Buju as as Americans say. That Buju Banton, Till Shiloh, one of his I think best albums, should have won. And we'll talk a little bit about why. Who are the Grammy voters? Who are the Grammy voters? We got to get into it. Good evening, Sunbreeze. How are you? Andrew says they need to have rockers category. Oh, like reggae rock, like rock steady, because everything fits under this. It can be reggae, it can be dancehall, and it can be ska, or ska as we say it, or ska as Americans say it, right? The SKA genre of reggae. All of them fit under this category, Andrew. I was reading about it. I was like, oh, okay, so everybody gets, even though they're very different styles of reggae, gets placed in the same category. And many people are kind of confused as why, but it all boils down to album sales. They're saying, or many members of the Recording Academy say that, the album sales of dancehall artists, and I was just looking them up. My cousin and I were just talking about this on Sunday after the show, or during the show, I think it was. I didn't watch the Grammys. I was just talking to people during the show because I got home. It was a long day. I had my brunch, all of that. So I wasn't focused on the Grammys at the time. So I didn't watch it in full disclosure. But seeing this headline and reading more about it, and I really wanted to know why. Why does this always happen? Why does it seem like, as you are mentioning here, there are so many different genres of reggae, but there's only one category? And why does it seem some of the most popular music with the people who love reggae music, with the people who know, can we say, and originate this genre, how can you not win in a category that you developed, that you created? And people are confused about it. People are a little bit like turned off. And they're, like I said, we have been trending. The term Jamaican has been trending on Twitter because people are like, huh? Like record scratch? No. This is something we got to talk about and why. So I'm gonna get into it. I got a couple slides here. I'm not gonna be before you long, but let me see what you got to say. Can we see what the group looks like? Y'all ready? Boom. Welcome. That is SOJA from their Instagram, the winners of the best reggae album. There they are. Shout out to SOJA. Yeah. Uh uh all right, we're gonna get into it. Did they pick wrong? Spice had a great album. Sean Paul was in the category. Shaggy. What? Oh, Morgan Heritage. Yeah, let's get into the comments, y'all. This was a eye opener, and we're gonna talk about why. How does this keep happening? Carl Black says they steal from us every single chance they get. Then they claim they created. Oh boy. I thank you for your opinion. I appreciate you sharing. Y'all drop your opinion. Everybody's opinion here is welcome. Angela says this is so true. It's upsetting and a disappointment. It's American, but reggae is my favorite. I'm American, excuse me. Thank you. But reggae is my favorite genre. Yo, it puts me at peace. It gives me clarity when I'm discouraged. The music of choice that I listen to is reggae music. I listen to all kinds of music. But my music of choice that lives my spirit, speaks to me, speaks my language, is reggae. So to see it kind of, maybe people may feel disrespected, and there may be good reason why. What we doing right now? What we doing? Okay, let's read the rest of the comments. What's up? We need dancehall category. Now, I agree. But there's an argument that dancehall not selling. We got stream. I don't know how they calculate the stream versus the album sales, but in pure album sales, even Spice dropped the album Independence Weekend last year. And like they look at first week sales and things like this. They're not selling more than some albums. I didn't even look up Massacre in some of them. I have, damn, I should have, excuse my language, I should have kept the overall numbers, but it was in the thousands in terms of first week sales. Even Shensia's album wasn't like 10,000 in the first week. It was more like, a couple thousand. I should have kept that open. I was reading about, I was like, wow. So in terms of pure album sales versus streams, the calculation as to how successful, because if you look at streams, dancehall doing numbers, but they're still looking at album sales as well. So I wish I had my friend here, John FX. Big up John FX. He's a producer of all kinds, dancehall, reggae, all kind of music. He is, and we had a long conversation about this years ago, he is a Grammy voter. And I was like, okay, cool. I would have loved to talk to him. Actually, FX might be open. Let me just text him and see if he up. FX like to do late night studio. Long time I've been talking to him though. It's been, I've been kind of COVIDy. But if you know, you know. I wonder if John FX is up. Because he loved to tape. Any reggae artists that come into town usually visit him. Shout out to and rest in peace, XXX Tentacion. I don't know if you guys knew who that was. John really helped develop him as an artist and gave him that, that break. Good music. I'm just thinking about my favorite XXX Tentacion song. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard it, Royalty. Royalty in my bloodline. Oh, I used to jog to that. No one, no but Jesus trying to get me sometime. And the Vibes Cartel, come on. Oh, Vibes Cartel, come on in that verse. That's what it does for me, y'all. That's my. Let me see if FX up. I want to see if I can get him on speaker. Hey, John, are you up? Ooh, I hope you don't think it's anything crazy. Are you up? I'd love for him to talk about being a Grammy voter and what it means, because the argument is being made that not enough dance hall artists, even though they would qualify, have applied. And you'll hear Shaggy say this: I cannot blame the Recording Academy if you are not a member. And the criteria that the Recording Academy has laid out, many Jamaican artists and producers, like technical folks, would qualify to become members. When looking at the numbers of how many are, there was one year there was only one Jamaican artist in recent years, being that we're on the sidelines. There are folks that are pushing back and saying, well, you can't complain because you would qualify to be a Grammy member. It's not even that expensive. It's like $100 for the year, but you have to have had production on maybe 6 tracks that have gone mainstream or on an album. They have certain criteria for how to become a Grammy member. But when I was reading about it today, I'm like, this is not that hard for many, specifically Jamaican artists and producers and those who are involved in the music industry, to become members. So are we, quote, we at fault in terms of those of us who are, lovers of this music? And I wonder if FX could come on, because like I said, he's a Grammy voter. He was at the Grammys. Other people that I recognize from the category or related to the category, I saw Walshy Fire from Major Lazer. Again, they're kind of like a spin-off. Walshy himself is Jamaican. You guys know who I'm talking about. Big up to those who know who I'm talking about. Maybe I also have Walshy contact. So let me see if I can get somebody. Let me see. Chronics came out. In support of SOJA. This is what I said. Like, no, I didn't say this. Sorry. This is what I mean. Chronics, on the other hand, is saying we should give SOJA a chance. We should listen to their music and give them a chance. Chronics. And I love Chronics. I was in Jamaica. This was before pandemic. I ran into Chronics at the supermarket, and my cousin was walking with me, and I was like, yo, there's Chronics. But I wasn't looking cute, so I didn't want no picture. And then I was like, should I bother him? One thing I love about Jamaica, when the artists are around, it's not like America. It's not like this fandom. America, when we see, typically, not everybody, but a lot of Americans kind of treat celebrities. The celebrity culture is very big here. So, there's like a run up. Oh, can you sign this? Can you take a picture? In Jamaica, for the most part, Jamaicans leave artists alone. There's no like, they'll look at Chronics and just ignore him in the grocery line. Like, I'm a human being too, and I know you getting groceries and I'm getting groceries too. Like, there's no run up. I've seen guys at the gas station pulling around. I'm like, oh my God, there's so and so. But there's no like true, like how we do in the United States, like run up to them, tackle them, figure out, who they are, or can we take a picture? Jamaican people are not, and I'm broad brush stroking. They don't have that same celebrity culture, so to speak. I mean, they go to shows and they love their artists and stuff, but when the celebs or the artists are around town, nobody bothers them. They're not, chased by paparazzi like that, like how we have it here. But yes, classic. All right, I'm a little behind. Bop, welcome, Angela. I see you. They tried it in hip hop and it failed. Tune in. Hey, Wagwan. How nice to see you. Kareen says, hello, everyone, says Brenda. Nice to see you. This is a problem, period. Okay, y'all hit the like button. Wagwan. Angela, thank you for coming by. Like I said, this bothered me enough and I found it very interesting. So I said, you know what? Let me come on and give my 2 cents about these guys. And again, they're human beings. I don't ever want, because they are white, there's no disrespect to them as people. Don't get me wrong. Shout out to them for loving the music. Shout out to them for making the music. But there is seemingly, a difference in opinion as to whether this is an affront to those who have, created the sound, and those of us who really, really, really love reggae and dancehall. We're like, what? I'm telling you, it was like, who won that? Girl says, newsflash, we got a lot of sellouts in the music. Chronics is one of them. Any real Rastaman will tell you that. I just learned a lot about Chronics Camp and what's going on in Chronics Camp. Like the group of artists that hang out with Chronics. And I love, first of all, I'm not going to say I used to, but I love Chronic's music. Sometimes they say you got to separate the artist with the drama from the music, but I'm not saying I know all of his business and all of it that I've heard now is necessarily true. It's very interesting what's going on. The runners-up, we'll get into everybody who was nominated. First of all, Spice was there on that red carpet in that darn red, I don't know what to call it, Andre Talley looking beautiful, beautiful. Did y'all like Spice outfit? We're going to comment on it only because she is an artist and she wore it for the shock of it. Like statement, I should say. The statement of it is better. Yo, dancehall, I'm in everything. You don't even know. I probably know, especially on the earlier side of when dancehall was sweet, when it was really about dancing and just having a good time with your friends and a good vibe. Man, I probably know all the lyrics of every Cartel song. I probably know every Cartel lyrics till about maybe 2010, maybe even more. Man, I love some Cartel. Man, I mean, again, separating the person, what he did, he's in jail, he's serving time. But the artistry of the person, goodness gracious, talent. Like if he was out, man. Angela says the 90s was and will always be the best dancehall. You know it, girl. Carl says they butcher the numbers just like they try to sabotage. Okay, so this is another thing, because then I started reading about this, that they tried to sabotage Peter Tosh record sales back in the day. Nothing new yet, because I was looking it up and I'm like, this don't make no sense. Massacre 438, good album as well. I'm just like, man, I don't understand what they're going by, because when you look at their YouTube, when you look at their streams, they getting moving numbers, man. There are a lot of people enjoying this genre. But Sean Paul is trying to get out of the reggae category and wants to transcend to more of a pop style. I mean, I think he can. He's like, I've been there, done that. Hey, Lando, nice to see you. Chop it like chop. Oh, when I was talking about like okay, I gotta catch up with the chat. This is when I was talking about the trap dance hall, like this sense of, what should I say, badmanism is what Jamaicans would call it. It's taken over dance hall. I'm not loving it. I'm not loving that. I'm not loving the trap. But every now and then they hit a song. But I saw a comment online that said, or somebody was commenting on Twitter that was like, when you make trap dance hall though, it can't go commercial. It's not. What she said is, I got a couple tweets in my slides here, but she said it can't leave the airport. Y'all want the trap dance hall, but it can't leave the airport. As in, it's not internationally viable in terms of, making it mainstream and making money therefore. But, every new group of artists are going to do, put their stamp on the music, but it's a different style. Like I said, that is and they're actually using more of a hip hop beat to the reggae, the trap dance hall. It's a more of a It's not as dance hall as I know dance hall. Uh-oh. Andrew said he used to love the innuendo. Oh my gosh, when I was a little girl, I was like, what are they saying? Oh my God. Jamaica corrupted my mind. Decades of work and Afrobeat has surpassed in many ways what used to be a reggae dance hall, dominated popularity. This is very true, Vanley. Decades of work and Afrobeats has snuck away with our buzz. Hello. Now, in the last 5 years, now this blasphemy. Wow. Big up to all my fellow Jamaicans, says Daily. Carl says, Kareem, Chronics, just like most of them, fail to focus on their main customer base, which is us, meaning I guess Jamaicans, or connoisseurs, I would say, because there are some across the Caribbean. There's a lot, and even beyond. I'll bring up my Londoners too. There are connoisseurs, even in Germany and France. There are connoisseurs of dancehall. But I understand what you're saying. Home team, they did not gatekeep. Hence, they allow the vultures in, teach them the craft, etc. And you know how it go. All right, Brenda, nice to meet you. Says, I am disappointed that Spice or Etana and Jesse Royal and Gramps Morgan or Sean Paul did not win. So these are the other people that were in the category. All of them happen to be Jamaicans. All of them had excellent albums. All of them have been in the business. There was a lot of hype made around even Spice. Like I said, she's gotten kind of like an American exposure over the last couple of years that, her career has been taken off, more mainstream recognition for her and all that. And she dropped the album last year named 10. And, people were expecting, Woman, I think, Coffee was nominated as well and won. But people were looking at Spice like, yo, this is her year. Bruh, not so much. Welcome to the stage, SOJA. Come on, hit the like button. Let's go. Carl says the drum beat is our vibration. SOJA have no drums. Watered down, fake reggae making a mockery of our culture. Wow. Thanks for that opinion. Oh no. Yeah, listen, if I'm out, you might see me dance. I want to see you dance. I'm curious. Oh, you remember Diwali back in the day? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Y'all remember that? Y'all don't remember those? Y'all don't remember those days. That's when dancehall was sweet. Anybody in Miami know about Rockers Island? Drop a comment. Y'all know that's when DJ Khaled, big up Khaled, learned from reggae DJs. DJ Khaled stayed around them Jamaicans and learned craft, learn his skills. Let's go. We don't know about those days, do we? Do we know about those New York basement parties? You know about street dances, where the actual dances that become part of the songs are originated. I have been to street dances in Jamaica. Oh my gosh, my mom would kill me. I went to some unsavory neighborhoods. People would say probably dangerous, but the music. I want to see when they actually create the dance. That was me. I would never go some places now. Oh my gosh. I'd be like, I'm going pasa pasa. I'm going weddy weddy. Y'all don't know about this. Y'all know about this? Pasa pasa and weddy weddy. These are iconic dance hall parties in Jamaica in years gone by. I'm talking about when you talk about the street, the movement start with the people. So to see this as now, the symbolization of reggae for the world as a Grammy winner. All right, let's keep it moving. Brenda adds, music and dance moves are continually taken by others and presented as if they originated. Thank you for that. Yeah, Teddy Lee says, can't believe Afrobeats is more mainstream than reggae and dancehall now. That's real. Carl adds, well, good. These vultures did not get in like we got bootlickers giving it away. And we know these culture vultures only come to steal. Yo, y'all know about cassettes and then CDs. We all naturally got got it, Susan. It's really deep for us, and we don't take kindly to this BS like this. I don't watch Grammys; they never respected us. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Ed Robinson won one. Okay, cool. I feel away. Yeah, Grammy is all about sales, nothing else to me. Carl adds, "Ah, who them? Oh, we let them pastafari, not the pastafari. Lord, not the pastafarians, yo, y'all killing me. Come in with the thing, and I never heard of these. Yeah, I never heard of them. Ooh, my favorite Marley is Damien Junior Gong. Junior Gong in concert is like church. The spiritual vibration that Junior Gong brings, and not all of them, even the grandchildren, not all of the grandchildren can perform. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna say a couple names that I went to and I was like, stop. But you see Junior Gong, when he got a one Rasta older, beautifully melanated, dark skinned flag bearer of the Rastafarian flag. I don't know how this old man hand do not get tired. The whole set that Junior Gong do. Y'all know what I'm talking about? The man is flag waving, and Junior Gong is giving you that. His concerts are like church. It's spiritual. It's lifted. You hear John a legend talking about get lifted with the music, not with the drugs, with the music. I'm talking about strictly music. It's beautiful. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. That's my favorite to go in concert. And I love live dance hall. I love going to see artists perform. Haven't done that in a while. Yes, Till Shiloh was amazing, my love. Yes, Junior Gong got the lyrics all day. Um, yeah, I agree with this, Teddy Lee. That's another part of it. We don't really buy music. I was back in the day burning CDs and copying my cousin's CDs and taking them back to America with me. I wasn't buying an album. I didn't go in the store. My first purchase of a CD was, I think the first CD I ever purchased was like the Bodyguard soundtrack. Well, Whitney Houston, The Bodyguard. Yeah, but I never really purchased reggae. We just burned it. The title made me drop out of my chair just now. Let me see. Karine says, summers were the best in Jamaica. Girl, speak on it. I got in trouble one summer. My dad caught me singing Shaba. Yes, yes. I got slapped in the face for that. I'm talking about good popped. I'm in love with a man nearly twice my age. Why do they have that as a song? I sang that. I got that fresh. I was like, I didn't know as a child what I was singing. I was just singing, yo, foolishness, man. Hey, how are you? How are you? Let me see. Shensia album. Did y'all like the Shensia album? I listened to a few songs. I'm not even gonna judge it because I haven't listened to everything. What you mean, Susan? Gaza, me say. Gaza all day. Me is a woman with love. If y'all don't know about, y'all can Google it. The dancehall rivalry known as Gaza versus Gully. It originated, I feel like a dancehall historian in a way, because I lived this. I listened to this. I know each Gaza song. I know each Gully song. But the camps originated in different neighborhoods in Jamaica. And Gaza is a neighborhood in Port Moore that was represented by lyricists and probably, I think, the best, one of the best, I think the best. I think he is King of Dancehall, Vibes Cartel. As a young person coming up, he was an innovative lyricist. Like, I don't know who can match Vibes. And then you had a rival that emerged from, well, you know about cassava piece, well, you know about Gully side, which is another neighborhood, Cassava Peace. And when they talk about the Gully side, it is a neighborhood where um, there was a lot of poverty. If you live on the Gully side, that's basically like a big, what should I say, crevasse, a man-made retention. What should I call it? Gully is the best way I could put it, where water from the mountains, when it rains heavily, you got to have these gullies to get the water to the sea. And people developed housing, informal houses along the gully side, tent houses, board houses, zinc houses, what you know about it. And it's like a, not a, it's a, which I call it, people would say impoverished. Other people would say, survival comes from gully. And so you had musical camps out of these neighborhoods, and they became rivals. Though that I'm telling you, those rivalry songs, it's not like the trap dance hall now. It was lyrical rivalry. And some of the sweetest stage shows, or what we call concerts here, some of the sweetest performances between Gaza and Gully. What y'all know about Sting? What y'all know? What y'all know? Y'all was there? What y'all know about that era? Sweet. But all day, I'm a lyrically speaking, again, as a lawyer, not looking at him as the person who is behind bars, serving his time for what he did, for what he was convicted of doing. But separating the man from the music all day, lyrically speaking, y'all can't top Cartel. Cartel got lyrics for days. In my coconut and all right, so guys, I always say Gaza all day for me. Wow. All right, someone get Buju on the phone. Let me see if FX answer me. FX be in the studio late. Big up John FX. He might be like, what is this woman calling me for? What is she texting me for? But I just wanted to get a Grammy voter on the phone and even put him on the speaker so you guys can talk to him, or at least ask him a couple questions. Yes, you can find me on IG. I'm SuzetteSpeaks on all platforms. You grew up in Gaza? Big up yourself. Portmore in the building. That's what's up. I visited Gaza, where I shouldn't have been. Yes, salute, Harmony Pill, to my fellow Caribbean gal, Caribbean in the building, Caribbean diaspora represent, and reggae lovers. I'm talking about real connoisseurs of reggae and dancehall represent. That's how I tell you. Steven is okay, but Junior Gong. Big up Agent Sasko. Let me tell you, that's another one of my faves. Agent Sasko, aka Assassin. That's been before he became, Agent Sasko. Performance wise, and could just come right here in a room and sing and DJ, as in what would Jamaicans call, rap DJ for an hour. Agent Sasko has enough of a catalog, and a very good catalog, to keep you moving. Let's go. I love him too. As a performer. I've met him. I emceed a show. I emceed the Palm Beach Jerk Festival. I don't know what year. I feel like now with COVID, I don't remember. And I met Agent Sasko. I introduced him. He, performance wise, you can't beat him. You can't beat him at all. Kimo, he said, Calypso. I get into it. I'm not gonna say I'm a Calypso connoisseur like I am a dancehall connoisseur. And sorry, yardies, love reggae too, though. Oh, you want to come up and speak? Of course. I'm gonna drop. Let me do a little bit of groundwork real quick, and I'll invite you up. Thank you. Salute, says the Harmony Pill. Hello, Miss. Thank you, Miss Master Miko, for being here. Appreciate you wishing me luck. I didn't even get to respond on my brunch. Thank you very much. Yes, I think we should get more voters. This is what I realized. I'm like, they mad. Popcorn was mad when his album the other day got overlooked. Forget the name, but we mad. But we got to vote, saying that Grammys corrupt and whatever. But who we leaving the voting to? A lot of Jamaican artists and producers would qualify. And I think that needs to be the push, as opposed to being mad after the fact and looking at everybody who may not even have heard of, several of the artists mentioned in the category, and, take a quick listen. I was like, I like that stuff. That sounds great to me. And voting. That's crazy. Bundy floor. Anyway, Bundy floor. Bundy floor. Yes. Busy got a catalog. Chronics, of course, has a catalog. Absolutely. Absolutely. Love both of them. I've seen Busy in the streets. It's funny. Busy Signal in the streets. I actually choreographed a dance in college to Busy. I love, yeah. Great, great performer as well. Underrated, absolutely. We still okay, Junior Gong, go listen to Speak Life or Life is a Cycle. There's so many good Junior Gong songs. I don't go for my element, but I would Freddie McGregor. What you know about that? Freddie McGregor got some tunes. That's some good reggae. Oh my God, put you in the mood, grown up mood. Um, we Jamaicans are cold after you ate more than me. Oh, after yeah, when it comes to seeing artists on the street, we don't fuss over them. We be like Jamaicans in Jamaica. We be like, okay, yeah, that's Shaggy. I've seen Sean Paul out. When he's at a restaurant eating with his family, people don't attack them. That's not the culture there. They are like, next, yep, Sean Paul in line. So what? They don't make it a big deal. Mr. Untouchable says, I'm not fussed. It's an American award, not a global. But it's celebrating a global genre of music. It's not, I don't know if I agree with this because they have world music categories as well. It's not giving it to an American because it's an American award. I don't agree with this. It's supposed to be an evaluation of music. And I think they consider themselves, even though they are American. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with this. I don't agree with this. I don't know if I agree with this. I've seen Vibes Cartel and Burger King. You've seen him out? Yes, we don't run up and the ting and attack him. Vibes Cartel is right there. No, people leave them alone in Jamaica. It's not like that. Yes, Andrew. Reggae artists don't walk with big entourages, I guess. Yes, they tend to be very humble and are very real people. Let me see. Nitikuchi. Oh, really? I like him too as well. Yeah, roots reggae sounding artist. Nitikuchi is a very good artist. I've been to a concert called Rebel Salute. It was so good. Where like all the Rastafarians artists or artists who practice Rastafarianism perform. So good. So good. So that was actually another very good concert I went to one summer in Jamaica. Yes. Oh yes. Thank you, the architect. Yes, nice to see you. So one thing about Jamaicans, we are not impressed. And if you do not, I've been to Sunsplash, some of all of the big concerts. If you are not a good performer, you better do something to entertain the people. Entertain, as Tony Mataran would say. Entertain the people, because if not, they will fling, not throw. We say fling. They say you say throw. Fling a bottle. Now in Jamaica, yeah, I mean everywhere. They sell a lot of sodas still in bottles. Not a lot of plastic. I mean, plastic is there too. But of course, you got your beer bottles and other drinks come in bottles, like actual glass bottles. And baby, if you stay up on that stage and you're giving that lackluster performance, prepare to get bottled. Prepare. You better dip and run, because Jamaican crowd is. I mean, I say we because of the. I feel as though my affinity for reggae, I would say, is about the same as many who live and breathe the music there, but or similar. I can't say the same, but I've been to shows where artists get bottled. Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. You gotta step your game up. You have to entertain. That's why they're so good at entertaining, because they know the crowd is not playing that. It's not. We have also a stand up and stare culture. If you go to Jamaica and your music or your performance is lackluster, the people will just look at you at the stage like this. I'm talking about thousands, tens of thousands of people in a crowd will look at you like this. The stand up and stare treatment is not a joke. You have to bring a vibe. You have to bring your A game as far as being a performer and a lyricist and an entertainer. Jamaicans do not play about that. So if you get the stand up and stare look, like I'm talking about looking at the stage at the people like this. Be prepared for a bottle. You just better get out the way. Uh-oh, we bringing up UB40. Red wine. Snow. Informer. I like boom boom dan. Was Snow Canadian? Was Snow Canadian? Shout out to Snow. And I love Gentleman. Gentleman, was he from Europe? Gentleman had some good, I think that was early 2000s. That's what's up. Somebody says, I always had a good time at a reggae spot. The vibe is amazing. I can dance all night. Okay. Spice and Shana Paul. Yeah, facts. Bottle throwing. The most memorable bottle throwing concert I saw was when Sugar Cat and Ninja Man battled. Ooh, there was some good, yeah. Despite his legal issues, undeniable talent for sure. Not endorsing anything he's done, but I'm talking about musically speaking. Spice represent well. Salute to her, little Gracie. Yes, Gracie. I forget her middle name. She always says her full name. Spice does. I don't know if you guys have watched her on what is she on in Atlanta? Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Yeah, Gracie she's come a mighty long way. I know Spice from way back. Really important more days. Oh, she worked hard. Spice managed herself for many years. I'm talking about her image, her hair, her makeup, what she looked like, how she booked, who she booked for. She managed her own career for so long. Big up Spice. I agree with that. The architect says, my husband got me into Cartel's music. I used to think he was too slack. Yeah, he got some slackness in certain songs, but he also is a thinking man. So Cartel have you thinking. Someone might pull up on your channel like the coloring book. Oh gosh. Yeah, we're gonna stay away from the Cartel's legal issues and just judge his music. But like I said, he has had his legal woes, and many people, are thinking that he got what he deserved. Others don't believe so, but Skilly Bang, Crocodile Teeth. I like Crocodile Teeth. There is some trap dance hall I do like. I mean, me and my brother was talking about this the other day. Their music, because of the way the production is being done, dance hall used to be sweet because there was the rhythm system. Now, I will say Trinity's, the other Caribbean islands have kept the rhythm system where a producer is able to work with multiple artists. What is happening right now in dancehall, in Jamaican dancehall, is that, and hit the like button, please, is that each camp, each set of artists have their own producers. So when you used to have, Andrew mentioned the Diwali rhythm, you used to have a producer that everybody would be able to come through and what they say voice or sing or rap on a rhythm, and then be able to have almost like a cipher where you go into a dance, you play one beat, one rhythm, as we call it, and every song get better and better as the rhythm plays. And everybody in the dance get ready for the real big tune on the rhythm. We can't wait to hear the best song on the rhythm. Everybody know that each rhythm has like someone who murdered it, figuratively speaking, as far as like lyrically obliterated the rhythm. And so when you're in a dance, when you're in a club, or when you're in a street dance, wherever you are, the buildup on each rhythm, it would take about 20 minutes to play a rhythm. But each song gets better. The DJ know how to talk and bring it into the next song and bring it now. You got great music, great rhythms where only one artist is voicing on the rhythm. They're messing it up. So you have songs like I'll say, speaking of trap dance hall, I like Tommy Lee Sparta, for example. Sparta had that song Midday Under Vibes. Tommy Lee Sparta's Day Under Vibes, it should have been about 5 more artists on that beat, but it was made by his production company, his producer. So you only have a few dancehall producers. Yes, I'm a connoisseur of this. Let me get back to the chat. Making rhythms and asking everybody to voice on it. The thing about Jordan, the last one they had was that Idonia, the song "That's Easy." Jordan asked me for shoot on a "That's Easy," da 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 da, and you have Shensia on it. Make gal get upset. You have about you have Taras Riley on it. You have about 6 artists. You got certain people that even done well. Certain artists he'll voice multiple, but he's still kind of like he belongs to certain people as a producer, as a beat maker, as a song, hit maker. And so you don't have the cipher feeling anymore. And the DJ now, when you're going into the dance, when you're going into a party and you're going to enjoy, DJs have to be so skillful now to switch between these trap dance hall songs because not everybody's on the same rhythm. The party flow, you got to really be a good DJ now to handle what's going on. But it changed. Even I can't even tell you how much it annoys me because there are certain songs that there's only one song on the rhythm and the rhythm is so good. This rhythm is so good, and they only have one person because that producer can't make songs for the other guys camp and the other team. They don't let them, and it makes me upset. But anyway, yeah, man, make yourself. The architect, sorry, on my soapbox says, I am a Ninja Man fan. He scared me when I was 4. He showed up at, really? Wow. I still love his style and his grip. Wow. Now Ninja Man got some problems, but he is a good artist. Yes, DJ Khaled was in Shatas. You know about it. What does Simsia say? Salute and chat. What's up? Not for me. Nobody is. Nobody who loves true dancehall is. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem. Karen Green said, "No way, no better than yard." It's a saying that says, nowhere is sweet like Jamaica." Basically, is the saying. The architect adds, "I was very disappointed with this SOJA win. I was rooting for Spice. Me too. That would be a dance hall first and a major milestone if she had won." You remember Papa San Mondays, excuse me, Pasa Pasa, me say Papa San, Pasa Pasa Monday, Wedding Wednesdays, Flanka Fridays. Y'all know about Flanka? I've been to some street dances. I'm talking about dance and laugh till I'm talking about we sweat through our clothes. And I'm talking about not alcohol induced, not any other substance induced. I'm talking about the vibe of the music, like lifted. Oh my gosh, Pasa Pasa was sweet, man. So you when you're ready, I gotta be speaking on a few of these people. Okay, let's bring up some folks. So yeah, I want to give some folks. I'm into the conversation. I thought I'd be done. What about Miss Vegas Barrington Levy Red Rat? Don't bring me back, Mix Master. You know about the people. Junior Gang for sure. Yes. Yes, I love. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm behind with the rest of mine on Junior Gang's stage, waving the flag, never tired. I wrote a song, and Patwa, my producer friend, asked a white band to perform it, and they could have. Oh, it was too hard for them. Yet they are popular. Whoa, I love live concerts, especially reggae concert. I love it when the vibe is good. You just saw videos of, yes, wow, how the sound was completely hijacked. Yes, Junior Gang. Yeah, I'm a partner. What you know about it, Kimo? Yes. I know, I'm reading the patois, but I'm gonna let the architect adds the Grammy people need to spend some time with Jamaica. I was going to say in Jamaica, honestly, but with Jamaican artists to understand the depth of the artistry. I agree with you fully, and the raw talent before going off giving props to foreign reggae artists. Point well taken. You like vibes as well. You need a part two to this live. Hope you bring some expert from me. Yeah, I just thought about it actually as I sat down. I thought, oh, I know John. I know a couple of Grammy voters. So I'll see if he wants to come through. Maybe Saturday or something. I'll see if he wants to come through. Guys, I would say, Gully Bob. Is Gully Bob still around? What was the song that bust Gully Bob again? Lot of merch. I can't even think about the Gully Bob song. He's still making music. Yes. In fact, SuzetteSpeaks does a welcoming music community, invite opportunities for creative sounds. Me, I know. Let me tell you. You know when I first heard it? When I don't know if you remember this band called, and this is like a '90s band, No Doubt. Gwen Stefani. Gwen Stefani, when she was a part of No Doubt, I specifically remember hearing that they were in Jamaica to make a Jamaican sounding album, a reggae album. And I remember No Doubt came back. I don't know if they won anything for that album, but No Doubt went, and I remember, I don't remember the song specifically, but they went to get the sound. I mean, you can be more recent. Snoop Dogg did his album. What do you call himself? Snoop Lion. I don't know if the album did well commercially, but we are, I will say, in the Jamaican music genre of producers, of folks. It seems to me that I say in air quotes, that they are very welcoming. And does that leave us opportunities from those collaborations to be hijacked? Many might agree. Great question. Yes, thank you. Better way of putting it. Gullies are massive concrete culverts. Thank you. I could think of the word culvert is a better word. Thank you. Uh-huh. Carl says both Vibes Cartel and Movado came out of the Alliance camp from Bounty, or we say Bunty. No one in Jamaica says bounty killer. We say Bunty killer. Then Vibes. Okay, you remember Alliance? Who remember the Alliance? Oh my gosh. Uh, gosh. Wayne Marshall was a member of Alliance. Y'all don't know about this history, man. I feel like so privileged to have lived and understood what was going on in the Jamaican dancehall world during that time. Gosh, the kids now would never know this beautiful period of dancehall. Alliance, I forgot about Alliance. Yeah, formed from Bounty Killer, Bunty, as we say. The then Vibes had beef with Bunty, and Movado got involved. Next thing you know, Movado and Vibes Cartel go to war. Yes. Oh, that was a sweet time. I'm talking about lyrically war, guys, and lyrical war. And you remember, oh my gosh, was it Sting when Cartel came out in the military garb with the helmet on? When him say, "Hey, Baba boy, come on." One of the best things ever. Oh, and you remember even in that camp, Idonia came out of that camp. Adi and daddy who one bless one. I used to know all these songs, guys. Idonia was in that camp. Wayne Marshall was in Alliance. And then Cartel, when he broke off, he made Portmore Empire. What you know about Empire? That time dancehall was sweet. Y'all know about Portmore Empire? Let me get to these comments. I don't know if y'all know. I don't know if y'all know about this history I'm giving y'all right now. Yeah, memories don't live like people do. They always remember you. Listen. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with this. Cartel recorded 17 to 20 songs per day before being incarcerated. That man got lyrics. Lyrics, for sure. Shout out Agent Sasko. Hey, Gail, I'm doing, I was like, I'll come out for a little bit. I'm doing a Grammy review of the best reggae album of the year, given to folks from Virginia, United States, predominantly white guys, and people on the internet were not happy about it. So wanted to talk about it, wanted to give my opinion, wanted to understand why. And clearly you guys have a lot to say too. Thank you, Gail, for coming through. Kareen says the most amazing concert I witnessed in my life was a long walk to freedom. Yeah. Oh, you were in Jamaica for that? The Buju Banton release? The Buju Banton, right after he got out of jail concert, I heard that was, again, spiritual. I heard the concert he gave in Bahamas after he got released, and then the one he gave in National Stadium. You're blessed, sis. You got to see that. Buju, now my cousin know Buju. That man there has a magnetism. I get goosebumps thinking about him. That, again, those men pray all the time. Now they use their ganja, but they're spiritual seekers. Buju vibrate high. That's amazing that you got to go see the one, I'm assuming, in Jamaica. I heard both the one in Jamaica when he got out of prison and the one in Bahamas was fire. Well, you know about Donya. It's Donya. I still love Idonia. I would go to an Idonia concert. I had a big crush on Idonia. I would still, even though Donia is married, I think, with a kid. But Busy is one of my favorites. Miss Izzy is doing things. I used to overplay Busy. Which song you like that annoyed your husband? Trust me, I'll be singing all of them. When I run, when I exercise, I listen to a lot of dancehall. We must have been okay. We must become voters because Grammys will do this to push album sales. No people will look into the Pastafarians, not the Pastafarians. Simsia. Every time I see Simsia's name, this is what I think. It's funny, Miss Master Miko. I think Simsia. Who got the keys to my? Sorry, I'm just joking. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Rebel Salute is a good concert. If I could get a chance to do half of some of the concerts I've been to, Rebel Salute. Yeah, Tony Rebel. I couldn't remember who put it on. It's Tony Rebel show. Tony Rebel show. Rebel Salute is a major event. I've gone a couple times. Oh, spiritual. You leave that concert like, oof, full. I love that. I love Rebel Salute. It's a conscious concert. You remember Cardinal Official, Elephant Man broke up, Nardo, right? Dang, Andrew, you bringing me back. Cardinal Official was Canadian, if I remember. Lord. Best female? You know, I want to say Pastor Marion, you know. You know, I want to say Pastor Marion Hall. She's now a pastor. No, but I heard she gave up the cloth again. But Lady Saw, better known by her dance hall name as Lady Saw. Very raunchy, folks, I will warn you. But lyrically speaking, stage performance speaking, who gonna top Lady Saw? Now turned Christian, Pastor Marion Hall. Who gonna stop Lady Saw? Lady Saw, I think. Who else could I say would be the best female? Who else who gonna challenge her? Dance hall wise, not old school reggae wise, not classic reggae wise, dance hall wise. Who? I mean, y'all gonna say Spice? I know she a pastor now, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay. Carl says, I don't just stop at bottles. The artist flop. Yes, nobody. You can't come back and perform if you get bottled. That's done. Frisco Kid, as an underrated older artist, I remember him. Frisco Kid, yes. Oh my gosh, that was his last. Yes, we don't play those nastiness. Didn't play. I think that might have been at Sumfest. Oh, yes. Snow is a nice guy. You know Snow? Yes. Oh, you meant Super Cat, my bad. Not Sugar Cat, Super Cat. I was looking like, maybe I don't know Sugar Cat. Wow. Let me see. Chef Chupino. I got Shaba ranked really to Epic Records, Sony Music, and I earned 2. Wow. Are you a Grammy voter? Wow. For As Raw as Ever, really an X-Snake. I remember those. I remember the names of the albums anyway. We need more of our reggae artists as voting members. This is where we're gonna be at. Let me drop the link. Let me get some people up here before I go to my bed. Don't associate Gentleman with them others. He paid his respect to the culture, and he's originally from Germany. I remember Gentleman. Yeah, I love some Gentleman. He could sing. I saw the video when Spice was a teenager. And Ninja Man, I didn't bring no water. I'm gonna have to bring y'all up because I'm like losing my voice. Hardest working, I agree. What y'all know about crocodile tea? Una doing grimy. I like, oh, my favorite. I don't even know if I could call him trap dance hall. I like Massacre a lot. I like his music. King Jammy, big up, yes. Um, Vibes Cartel gave her first hit with Romp and Shop. She honors him. Yes, she does. She did a whole Sumfest. Her set at the last Open Sumfest, which is a big concert, y'all, that happens in Montego Bay, or Montego Bay as we say, every year. Spice, that Vibes Cartel set was fire. That ode to Cartel set, I think I have to give it to her. She showed, much respect. Uh on Beanie Man, very artist say him at well, I've seen Beanie in college. I partied with me like chilling, like same almost house party, like sitting there. Um, I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that because I'm a people. Hey, Aj, here, but y'all still love some Skilly Bang. Created a sound specifically for himself. Yeah, he's again very talented. Not gonna say I'm into all trap dance hall. It changed up the music. I like classic dance hall more so than trap. It's all about money. I own a few rhythms and artists. Yeah, okay. So about the cipher rhythm, when I was talking about, you own a few rhythms, and the artist manager told me that if I get too many artists on them, is that why they stopped putting multiple artists on rhythms? It sucks in the dance hall now. It sucks in parties that you have these one and done songs and no cipher. Yeah, it comes in a few forms for sure. Absolutely. Because it comes, and we were talking about earlier, Big Time Drum, good to see you. Um, Actually, I seen a lot more Trini rhythms. That backyard rhythm. That's the big. Remember, Big Time Drum? I had told you I wrote you on Instagram that there was a rhythm that I heard that reminded me of you, right here in the backyard jamming. Oh my gosh, that bass in that's that African. Oh God, I love that song. And there's so many good songs on that rhythm. So when you get into a party, they gonna drop the song. Um, Gosh, better days are coming, coming. Change your ways. I hope you know that rhythm. I think of you every time I hear that rhythm because the Trinis have picked it up. A lot of them are working on multiple artists on one rhythm. It works. There was a formula to why dancehall was sweet. All right, well, no, I'm getting off that. Blah blah blah. Let me sorry, I gotta catch up. Okay, let me sorry. Go. It was all about dancing, just fun. Yeah, we learned a new dance for each song. Yes, and then go and show off our dance. You don't know, baby. I used to be in it with my cousins. Reggae managers and producers are usually in them yard man streets. Wow. So they're not worried about becoming Grammy voters. They out here trying to prove street cred. As the song says, who sing that? Skang? Who sings street cred? That's another trap dance hall. Skang, I think. They will promote artists in their own camps. This is very true. Yes, Gully Bob. Every gal wanna walk off of me. I should tell you up late. I saw you streaming earlier, girl. I was running, listening while y'all was streaming. I couldn't type nothing, but I was listening to the stream earlier. Big up Chantel Simone in the chat, fellow Jamaican out here. Yes, ska is under there, or we say ska, as they say in America, as well as classic dancehall and no classic reggae, I should say, and dancehall are in it. Yeah, Gully Bop he's so funny. They say Gully Bop is sick and needs help financially. I heard he lost his money. He's very talented but suffers from substance. Oh, that's what happened. Yeah, I heard he lost his money. I don't know if I should answer this question. Oh, if SOJA came to Jamaica, they would probably definitely get the stand up and stare treatment where people look directly at the stage like this. They might get a bottle. I don't know. I'm not saying it because of color or race or ethnicity. No. I'm talking about entertainment and performance. That's what I'm talking about, right? People want to be entertained. Jamaicans are very big showmen. You are the art of performance is taught. It is an expectation. It is a source of pride. That is a form of practicing the artistry beyond just making a good song. We don't play like that. So I don't know if they got what it takes. Yes, they did a ska album, as they said, no doubt. Yes, I remember. Hey baby, hey baby, hey. Gwen Stefani was so cool though. I was down with it at that time. Girl say, girl say. Yes, big up Bunty Killer. This man bust a lot of artists, a lot. I mean, I see him. I've seen him so many times in Kingston. He busts a lot of artists. I hope people really realize. And he never got a visa. You ever heard Monte Killer perform in the States? I don't think so. Vybz Kartel bring back some good memories. Absolutely. How many people we probably could go hang out? Yes, Monte Killer brought out so many artists. I remember the Alliance and Scared Them. What you know about it? Put us up one game. Yes, I'm telling you, I'm a true connoisseur of this genre. I love all music. I can give you, R&B, old school, rock. I was watching some Instagram about Smells Like Teen Spirit. Do you guys remember this? I mean, I loved Kurt Cobain and them back in this day. But yeah, 70s. I like oldies too and all that. I don't know if that's considered oldie, but I like I love all kinds of music, but my special place in my heart is reggae and reggae dance hall for sure, for sure, for sure. Yes, the boy run like a wounded dog. You remember this? This is during the Gaza. Gully Gaza. I thought I said Gully Gaza era. Why you grew up on Shaba and Buju? Very nice. The Sting concert where Vibes in the military suit was fire. That is a classic. Go and watch that, y'all. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go on YouTube and look up Vybz Kartel and Mavado Sting. Sting is a Clash concert. Is where it's not it was violence. It wasn't violent related. It was lyrical clash. Let's be clear. And your biggest rival and you were face to face, and you went song for song, and that was a classic. I remember telling people I think I might have been during law school about some of the dance hall stuff that was going on in the rivalries, and my friends in law school was like, "Yo, you act like you was there." I'm like, I was. Like, what are you talking about? Guys always say, Gaza all the time. 17 to 20 songs a day. Y'all remember Portmore Empire? Yeah. Where you getting the new clocks and daddy? They had several singers. Do you remember this guy named because I was in Jamaica when the singer died that was in Portmore Empire. God, I can't remember his name. He died on a motorcycle accident right outside of the Quad. Y'all know the Quad, the club, the Quad in downtown Kingston? Good memories. Right outside the Quad. Who was the singer? Y'all remember the singer name of Portmore Empire? Because I'm not talking about Empire, not the girl. Who was it? Gaza Kim, Gaza. They had different names. I feel like it was like Craig something. He sang for Empire. Of course, the one that Cartel went to jail with. Oh, man. Oh, Black Rhino. What you know about it? Black Rhino. Who else was in Portmore Empire? Rhino, Sean Storm, Gaza Kim. And I can't remember the lyric. Oh, my gosh, the singer Jay, as they would call him. I was in Jamaica when he was on a bike, and somebody gave him their motorcycle to like try out. He didn't know how to ride a bike, and he went, instead of slowing down, he went fast and ran into a car himself. I remember that. Shout out to Voicemail. Rest in peace, O'Neal from Voicemail. I've hung out with Voicemail. Y'all remember Voicemail? What was their big song? Oh geez, I was in Jamaica at that time. Oh my gosh, y'all! I'm gonna tell all my business. Let me get out of my business. Portmore Empire, aka Gaza Empire, which gave us Unruly Bop Popcorn. Popcorn came out of Empire. Tommy Lee Sparta. Yeah, you know about them, but them know about we. And Gaza always say about yeah. Gaza send some say y'all don't know it. Y'all don't know about that. Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, let's talk about the righteous Rasta reggae. My bad. I'm sorry. I might get off of here because I'm gonna say too much. Yes, is that the vibes at Buju concert was on another. Oh, so you went to the Jamaica Buju concert. Buju returned home. Buju was looking yummy. Yes, I'm not gonna say it, but when he got out of prison, Buju was thick, like thick. That's what many people when you see him at the airport because he put on a lot of weight in jail. I'm not glorifying jail. Don't get me wrong. I'm just talking about how he physically appeared. He had put on some muscle. Buju was nice. Yeah, when he got out. I probably should because I know what bring a vibe to me. I know what brings a vibe. Her married, yes. Some of the big man them, yeah, of course. Sean Paul, them got their wife. I Donya got them wife. They got their wives, yeah. They one thing again culturally, they expect to have children for sure, and many of them are married. Y'all leave Pastor Marion out of this. Best to me, my audience that follow closely. Yeah, I love Tanya Stevens too. Underrated. Love Tanya Stevens. Follow Super Cat, Heavy D, Frank Gipal, T. Dot. Yes. Toronto in the building was Cardinal Official. Oh, Patra. You remember the braids? Everybody wanted them long Patra braids. Y'all remember Patra? Work. Was it a work? What was her song again? Work. I remember she was like in a cute multicolored bathing suit and she was on like a construction site with some dude. What y'all know about Patra? I forgot about Patra. Oh my god, I probably was listening to Patra when I had no business listening. This is another thing. I could do a whole show on what's going on with Shensia right now and some of the interviews she's recently done. I could do a whole show on that because I don't think they're doing her justice. As talented as she is, I don't think they're doing Shensia justice. They mismarketed Shensia. Americans want authentic and raw when it comes to reggae. She should have been promoted more. Yeah, I think me and my brother talked about this. We had this whole conversation, reggae artists and where they are now. I don't think they're not introducing her properly to the American market. Mm. Cynthia says, I'm missing out. I've never been to a live reggae concert. Even outside a Carib mask here, I need to, boy, it'll change your life. Africa, UK. Alison Hines is a very good performer. She's always here in South Florida, in Miami. I've seen her. I've met her. I've chatted with her. She's solid. She's a foundational artist and can perform. I've seen Alison so many times, and she can perform very well. And she got the classic song, Sister. You remember Sister Nancy? Bum bum. What is Cincinnati saying that please? Yeah, rest in peace. She just passed, I believe. Big up Cincinnati. Um. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Nikki came on that Crocodile Teeth remix and killed it. Yeah. What you know about it, J Bones? I didn't know you were a record executive. Very interesting. Cool. Yellow Man is I've seen him perform too. Put some respect on Yellow Man named Beanie Man is not the king, yo. But Beanie Man bun be pump for against one. All right, I'm getting out of bed. This is a late night show. Y'all, it's almost 12:30 a.m. my time. Let me see. As an artist, Beanie Man is amazing, but he's not my favorite person. Okay, understood. The rhythm sessions are usually done by Trini's here. Okay, cool. Yes, Andre said I love reggae. Yama. DeMarco, talented. He also is very good as a vocalist. Y'all love some skilly, not the heel and toe. Cynthia says, Suzette, didn't dancehall take a long time to be excited about? Well, yeah, I mean, reggae itself was radically counterculture when it emerged. When my parents tell me about how they like my dad grew up in the same neighborhood with Bob Marley. My dad is from Trenchtown. Stand up. It was amazing to them to talk to me about how they watched and lived through the emergence of these genres, right? That boomer generation saw this emergence, right, of this sound. Reggae was at the time, because of this Britishness, this colonialism, was rejected initially. It's funny that it's become like emblematic of a country, but it was rejected. It is also, and I think it is. I think I have the quote in my slides talking about how dancehall is even rejected by mainstream Jamaicans or like in the government and stuff. The language. I think it was Mr. Vegas that said that, right? As a form of, it's a form of protest music. It is. It's a form of protest music. So not everybody at the time, especially those in power, want that type of protest, right? So yeah, but I could say the same for reggae though. In its time, like classic reggae was Rastafarian. People don't talk about it, that history in Jamaica, Rasta villages being attacked and things like this, outlawed, locks outlawed in Jamaica by colonial government. Yeah, it's a big history, but I would say yes to that now. But that was how reggae was treated back in the day. All right, love y'all. Wako. um, Carl Black says it's a reason why we say 5-star general. Bounty bring Busta Rhymes to Jamaica. Yes, he brought Mobb Deep. Yes, back in the day, Bounty deserves every ounce of respect. Absolutely. Ooh, we already saw this. Wasn't this on the verses? When he was like stung diggity stung diggity, when he brought that what would you call it, that rhythm, that rave rhythm, dun 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 dun, dun, and Beanie started killing it. The versus battle between Beanie and Beanie started getting in that on that beat. I might have given it to Beanie. You beefed the whole year, but the lyrical beef is settled at Sting. That's right. Bounty and Beanie clashed for a whole decade. But it was good for the music. Lyrically clashed. Vibes and Movado was the next one to have this long lyrical beef. Absolutely. It's part of his history of dancehall. So something I can't Yes, Vanessa Gaza Slim. Y'all remember? Y'all remember the Gaza? Was it Gaza Maxwell? No, he was not. His name was like, I keep thinking Craig David, but I know Craig David is like the British singer. His name slips me, and I remember the songs. Yes, Suzette, I saw an interview with Buju. He said he weighed 150 when he went into prison, and when he was released, he was 213. Yes, that 213 fit Buju. Um, Eye Candy, she's so beautiful. Black Rhino. It's Shensia. I've seen her perform live here in Miami. Backstage, she wasn't that bad. She took pictures and stuff. Love some Shensia. She's talented. I'll respect her talent. She's very, very talented. Dance off moves. Let me find I used to be a cheerleader. But I cheered for 1 year. My parents didn't want me to cheer, but I cheered for 1 year. But I played basketball. Sister Nancy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Sister Nancy. I'm pretty sure she passed. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I lived in Trench. My dad used to live in Trenchtown and play football with my dad. You said how he used to see him plucking on his strings, sitting on his porch, like all of that. They lived that. They knew him. They saw him. Maybe yes. Let's talk. DM me. We might be kidding. Yeah, especially if your dad's from Trenchtown. My dad knows so much people. So yeah, big up daddy, big up grandma. Yeah, pull up to my bumper, baby. I want a romantic call. Yes, chef, you got me. Oh wow, yes, dancehall was made originally to bring awareness to the experience of ghetto people. Exactly, it's the sound. Same thing like origination of hip hop in the U.S. Same thing. Yes, you think Bonte mash up Beanie? Bonte was great too, lyrically. I don't know. I love when Beanie came back on him on that uh, rave rhythm. I thought that was the classic moment of that when Bonte turns around, he's like, and he gets back into the clash. I love it. You just found out that Busta Rhymes is Jamaican? I think his real name is like Trevor Smith Jr., which is so Jamaican. Foxy Brown is Trini, yeah. Interesting. Nicki is Trini, yeah. Rihanna is Bayesian, yeah. A lot of roots in hip hop definitely. They isn't get correct me if I'm wrong. I think Jay-Z daddy is supposedly Trini. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Uh yeah. You're going. All right. Go. I had a whole little presentation. Let me get the people up here who wanted to give some final comment. Woke me up to experience of the ghetto children. Yeah, look into my eyes. Tell me what you see. Can you feel my pain? Am I your enemy? What is some good that song? That rhythm, the bug rhythm. I know the names of the rhythms, y'all. The bug and then the buzz rhythm. Won't it killer giving you originality? Uh-huh. Those rhythm right there. Classic. All right, y'all. I'm trying to every Trevor is yeah, Trevor Smith Jr. All right, let me drop the link real quick. Y'all make it short though. I'm gonna go to I can't believe it's this late. I thought this was gonna be like an hour stream. All right, real quick for those who wanted to add some insight. Here is the link. I have my whole little presentation with the folks up here. If y'all want to come up, y'all can come up now. The Virginia, according to, I think I got this from USA Today, the Virginia based band won the award for Best Album Beauty in the Silence, which was released in July 2021. It peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Reggae album charts, and the group beat out other contemporaries this year for Best Reggae Album, including Sean Paul, Spice, Jesse Royal, Etana, and Gramps Morgan. Yeah, so those were the competition. They apparently, I read this. So these were the headlines look like. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, fans up in arms as Spice Sean Paul lose Grammy Award for Best Reggae Album. SOJA, a white band from Virginia, took home the award instead. That was all over, y'all. Formed in 1997, SOJA built up an international following thanks to the heavy touring and a series, this I think came from USA Today, a series of independent releases, according to All Music, which laid the groundwork for their breakout album. Breakout, I ain't never heard of it. Strength to Survive. Not to say I know every reggae album. Strength to Survive, yeah, okay. Never heard of it. Released in 2012. It peaked at number 1 on the Billboard reggae chart. Okay. The band the band follow-up album Amid the Noise and Haste scored them their first Grammy win. Now let me see. I had a quote from them because they said I had a quote from them. They did say starting a reggae band, this is in that same USA Today article. SOJA said starting a reggae band was kind of our dream and the only thing we wanted to do. And then one day people started coming to the shows, and we're not really sure what happened. Lead singer Jacob Hemphill said in the band's acceptance speech, this is at the Grammy Awards, after thanking their early musical influences. To all, quote, the founding fathers of reggae music and to the island of Jamaica, you inspired us all, they said. Another band member said on stage, give thanks, one love. All right, so they said they were inspired by Jamaica and the founding fathers of reggae. Is that enough? Let's see what you got to say. J Bones, I see you in the back. You ready to come up? Hey J Bones, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Excellent. How you doing tonight? Let me turn you down a little bit.
I
What are your
was feel
thoughts? Yes, go
I
ahead.
was feeling good until I found out this news.
What's that?
I don't know what's going on. Somebody must have dropped the ball over there at the Grammys. Somebody must have dropped the ball heavy. Here's the thing about it though. I knew about Soldier because they're out of Virginia. When we were kids, I used to hear about them. I lived
Really?
yeah, I lived in Richmond. So they're from Arlington.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they're from Arlington, but yeah, but here's the thing. The whole thing is just funny from front to back. They got a couple of white boys with the dreadlocks. They kind of looking like they playing the Jafaican role. They play the little Jafaican role just a little too hard, but I don't know what happened. Somebody dropped the ball over there, Suzette, but I think this is kind of low key dangerous too.
Yeah.
I really
How
do.
so?
Yeah,
Tell me.
it's encroaching on, and I'm gonna say it, even though as someone who grew up in Ghana, like they had to call in the military. During the '90s, they had to call in the military all the time
Mm-hmm.
because they played reggae music so much. People would get upset in Ghana. You know, when you go
Mm,
to when you go to Africa now, there's only two types of music that are being played.
yeah.
It's reggae music and basically Afro beats. They don't even play hip hop anymore. You
Afro,
know,
let me tell you, they love reggae music.
yeah,
Popcorn, they tour there all the time. But finish your point. Yes,
yeah, and Afro beats is actually what's his name? A big margin of Afro beats cannot exist without reggae music. Like a big
absolutely.
margin of it is actually drawn from reggae music because people like Sarkodie, Shatawale, you know, when
Yes,
they literally go to Jamaica
and hang out.
and hang out there. Yeah, they're getting everything from Buju Banton to Barrington Levy. Like they're
Yes.
always there. They're always there from they're directly trying to learn every bit of it. So somebody dropped the ball. There's something going on, Suzette. Some sneaky stuff is going on. Something
Hmm.
must have happened because I don't understand what the hell's going on. I don't know how this happened.
You
Yeah, I
got
don't get it.
Spice, you got
Yeah,
Sean
Sean
Paul,
Paul.
you got
Yeah,
all these other people. I'm like, this what
yeah.
happening over here? I thought it
I
was
don't
very
I don't
odd,
get it. I don't get it. And it's
but
like they're overlooking a lot. Like I was listening to I just started listening to Shensia, and she is dope.
Shensia can like I think she writes all her lyrics,
Yeah, she can spit.
even on her like her freestyles.
Yeah,
I listen to them over and I catch the lyric. I like lyricism. That's just me. I like when
yeah,
people wordplay. I like
yeah.
metaphors. That's why I like the British boys too now. The British boys, the hip hop guys, lyricists. Um, they got a lot of them in England too. That I love it. But she is a lyricist. She can put together the puns and the metaphors so well.
In a quick second, she was on what's his name? It was a freestyle she did. She was walking away and one of the DJs just called her back really quickly and she
Yes.
she killed the freestyle in
I
less
probably
than
know
like
which one.
six
Let me see if I
minutes.
know.
Yeah, it was
Yashen,
just
Y to the Y-E-N-G, Yang.
there you
Differentiate
go. There you go.
comment. But
Yes.
I
Yes.
love
Yeah, the
it.
one where she had the blue hair. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
she
one, yeah.
killed it.
And it
She
was like
killed it.
what's his name? And Funkmaster Flex too. She was on Hot 97
Yes.
and she just delivered. She completely delivered and I was like, "Wow, she's incredible. She's beyond
No,
incredible." Yeah.
Shensia, they do, and that's what I say. I think they're doing her a disservice with how they're marketing her here in the United States. Just my opinion. I don't
Yeah.
think, again, not a reflection of her talent at all. And
Yeah.
even with the last song, people still mad about the lick song.
I don't haven't heard that. But there could be there could be a reason behind it too. I'll give
Yeah,
you an example. The
yeah.
probably the reason why they're doing that,
Mm-hmm.
I think there's some level of fear
Mm,
because they look at people like Nicki and how Nicki just blew up to be so successful and she can rap and she's Caribbean.
yes.
And I don't know if you've heard this before, but it is happening. A lot
Mm.
of people are complaining that Caribbean artists are, kind of pretty much taking over. They're
Never heard
complaining,
that.
yeah, yeah, it's happening. Yeah, it happens a lot. I mean,
I
they
had
could be
not heard that, but
yeah, they say that because everyone's kind of like looking around. They're like, hey, every time you look around, it's like some Caribbean. Like Nicki just took over everything. Nicki just started. Nicki just took over
la
everything. So
gal. I
yeah, people
mean,
feel some type of way.
I
They'll see it.
well,
They'll see Shensi as a threat. I think they see her as a threat because she's really talented.
and
Like
very
it's
beautiful,
very
and
beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah, she's you add that beauty and the fact that
hmm
she could just basically rap off the
run
top of her
circles
head.
around you. Yeah, because like even
Yeah.
that song, it's to me a lesser. Some people would say I'm not saying that. I've heard people call it the Walmart version of uh the WAP song.
Mm,
Let's just say it.
mm,
But like she could have done so much more. Megan Thee Stallion handled the verse so well
yeah.
on that feature, like on her song. Meg Thee Stallion was the Megan Thee Stallion was a feature, and I feel like they just did her a disservice. I'm like, she's so much better than this. Um, yeah, so it's interesting. I haven't heard that there is like too much. I guess island spice going on.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
Really? And you
definitely a
think that's
threat.
pushback from who? From American people? You
Th-
think? Are you
there's
saying that
definitely a
indirectly?
well they can do that. They can push. They can definitely say because there's always been a sense of fear that there's too much talent in the Caribbean side. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because if you really look at a lot of the great rap people forget Biggie Smalls is Jamaican.
Dra,
Yeah, duh. It's
yo,
like, yeah, so there's a fear there. It's like, hey, this guy is Jamaican and he could possibly be the best rapper of all time. Do you
yes,
understand what I'm saying? So
yes.
it kind of carves into an identity, be like, all right, he's Caribbean. Is he really part of hip hop or is he Caribbean? Blah blah blah. This
This
and
is
that.
where thank you, Chicago Rilla. Nice to see you. I've been seeing you in the chat. Thanks for being here. Hip hop, reggae, and dancehall have always enjoyed a close kinship. Yeah.
Yeah,
So there's people that are probably trying to divide it, though. I hear you.
divided. Yeah,
I hear
but
you.
also on the other hand too, it's like there. I believe it. I believe it, Suzette, that there could be a sense of fear there because why? Even though that hip hop, it's how do I say it? It's a different genre by itself. It's like Jamaica itself has such an abundance of influence.
Yeah, but
It's
I agree with this statement, and we're people gonna have difference of opinion, and that's cool.
yeah,
Um, Cool Herc, DJ Cool Herc, which was one of the credited as one of the
founders.
originators, is
That's why hip hop.
also island. You
He's
know,
from Jamaica. Yeah,
yeah. So the kinship, I think, as Chicago Rilla said, I think is real and much more. I guess my eyes seeing as like we're cousins. We just speak differently. We have a little bit of different accents, but we're cousins. That's how I
yeah,
see it. And I
yeah,
think musically speaking, we're cousins.
yeah.
It's just like how you have the New York boys in music sound a little bit different than the West Coast, sound a little bit different than the down south. It's almost just different tribes
True.
talking to each other a little bit differently, through a
Yeah.
different lens based on what they eat, where they are, how they evolve. I just watched, this is so deep. I'm sorry. I just watched I've been listening to speaking of hip hop, I've been listening to a Thomas Jefferson documentary that I was catching on PBS.
Thomas Jefferson. You must have been
Yes.
bored.
Pardon?
I said you must have been bored. Thomas
I
Jefferson.
yeah, I seek inspiration. That's what I do. I seek inspiration. It was very inspirational. He is a man full of words. But damn, it was something that was gonna go with this on Thomas Jefferson, and damn, this was gonna go so well that I forgot my point. Oh my goodness, it'll come to me later. Oh my gosh, we're talking about origins of. Oh, this is how it ties in. Okay, I got it back. So they were talking about how when different parts of Thomas Jefferson's life, and when he basically developed the postal service. Let me get it clear. It's getting late. He developed what they call the night rider system, which at
Mm-hmm.
the time in the colonies, it was like only 13 colonies at that time. You could he wanted to be able to deliver, from Pennsylvania to Maryland in one day.
Yep.
But in developing that system and him being kind of half like still tied to Britishness and half like tied to this new colony Americanness, he really got the feeling of what it was like to have so many different parts of the United States with their distinctions. No one really understood that. The British Crown only saw Americans. But as he developed the Postal Service and he was doing like his own surveys, he understood what the Irishmen from the back country who came to Georgia were like. And he understood, how it differed from the man in Philadelphia and how it differed from, the New Yorker and the
Mm,
Puritans and all the
true.
different people in the different states. So anyway, that just made me think about what we're just talking about. We have
Yes. Yes. With
that
music. Yeah.
one common thread as being of African descent,
Yeah.
but we just sound different. We just have different
Yeah.
taste buds. You call it cornbread, I call it, fried dumpling, or you call it whatever, or if you're from Ghana, so you might call it something else.
Yeah.
But all of us have
Definitely.
that fried dough, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Is that?
or
Yeah. That's actually kind of funny. You call it fried dumpling. We call it bofrot.
you call it, say again?
Bofrot.
Bofrot.
Yeah. That's what
And
it's called.
Kalaloo is what we have. We have collard green here. We have, what I'm saying? Like I look at it like that. I think about how he helped to form a nation from seeing that.
True.
And they talked about also his form of federalism came from watching Native Americans, specifically, I think it was tribes around the Iroquois, how when it came to matters that affected all of them, he studied like how all these First Nations, like they made, they had their own boundaries. They had all these type of, things before Europeans got here. And when it affected them, all they had a council, and it made him think about, wow, if so-called, as he would put it, savages, as he would put it, as a man of his time, could do it, why couldn't the Europeans do it? Et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, it was a great documentary. Again, I'm just looking for inspiration.
I feel
Yeah.
you.
Shout out to PBS and the Thomas Jefferson documentary. But it made me think about that, how even, as Americans, again, before we were counted as Americans, but I still take the good, even though I know that he is a mixed bag, as most people in the past living in those colonial times are, as far as how they believed. And, they were people of the time, right? So they didn't think about equality and the way we think about it now. Nonetheless, yeah, okay. I'm sorry, J Bones. I just went on a whole.
I got you. PBS,
Yeah,
Thomas
PBS
Jefferson
got
got
me.
you.
Let me throw this up here real quick because anybody else want to come up? I saw you, big time drum. If you want to come up, chef as well, having been
Spice.
producer. So this is what Spice said. Y'all saw Spice outfit, right? Besties, don't cry. We've come a long way. Remember, I came from homelessness, is I think what she meant, to this day. So I'm really very humbled and grateful. I see all your support, and and disappointments, but we never give up. We back at it again tomorrow. I love you so much. Watch little Gracie, or as her real government name, Gracie, upon Grammy red carpet. you know, so she's taking it in stride, but a lot of people aren't. A lot of people
No,
aren't. A lot of
no,
people still.
she's being a little too humble about it.
Yeah,
That's not, yeah, that's not the vibe right there.
we
Like
all
it's,
like, nah,
yeah, we got to be careful with that. Like that's encroaching of the culture. That's some deep
absolutely.
encroaching of the culture. Yeah, I heard about them, but I never thought that Soldier would ever win a damn. Like I just saw them as one of those like
I'm just glad you're the first Black person I know who has
that no
heard them,
Soldier.
because you came from that area. You know them because
Yeah,
you're from
yeah. If
Virginia,
you
so
live
that makes
around,
sense.
if I've
Mm,
seen it before, if you live around white folks, they kind of do stuff like that. They kind of take, what we have, and then they just put a spin on it real quick. So I've
yeah,
seen that before. Yeah,
and
like
just milk it.
yeah,
Yes, KRS
you go
One
to Cali.
Jamaican, Heavy D Jamaican. True.
I had no KRS-One is Jamaican.
Yeah. Oh, you mean? Yes.
What?
Where you been,
Mm.
brother? You talking about you just heard Busta Rhymes Jamaican? What?
Oh no, no, no! I gotta go. I got a lot of
No, I
research to
guess
do.
Jamaicans know who's Jamaican too.
Yeah,
We be
I
like,
guess it is. Yeah, you
we
guys kind of.
already
Oh,
know. That's a long
yeah.
time. I used to.
I'm sorry. I just even found out last year that Heavy D was Jamaican. So
Oh
wow.
yeah, no, you got to go back and look, my brother. Yeah, there's so much. This is what sparked me to even come up here. If the majority of Jamaicans, this is one of the fat
I
case.
love
Thank
that
you
picture.
from your
I
husband's
love
country. If majority of Jamaicans
that.
across the world are unaware of your existence, you should not be winning a Grammy for best reggae album. Sorry, not sorry. That was a tweet by New Tiffany, and another one by Lay Ladek. Lay Landilake, I think is how you say it. Soja, a group
Leyland
of
Lake,
white
yeah.
men just beat four Jamaican musicians for best reggae album. And that picture to the left is what it was with that tweet. Like,
Yes. You remember that movie too? Scary movie
yes,
too? Yeah, that's Regina Hall right there.
this captured the mood for sure. It was like,
Hey, yo, that's funny. That's a real
it would,
great
yeah,
picture
the
too.
tweets alone, go back and look at the tweets for sure.
Yeah, I know people were going crazy. They were like, "What the hell is this? Who is these people?"
This
These
is true.
yeah, that's what they
Bob
call. I
Marley's
remember.
daddy is white.
Yeah, they
This
used to
is
call them
true.
Jafakins, but that was a real weird thing. I'm like, how did so nobody really took Soldier seriously. Like I used to hear some of their records when I was a kid. I was like, this ain't no damn reggae music. What y'all just playing games? Like what is this? Like you just you don't feel it. Like it's like nah, this ain't you not Jamaican. I don't feel it. I don't feel the Jamaican. I don't
Yeah,
feel any
it's
of
it's
that.
it's hard. I mean, I remember when Justin Bieber came out with his little Jamaican bite off, and they did a whole sorry,
Yeah.
and they did a whole dance. They had I think it was a Maori group from New Zealand, a
Mm,
choreographer from there. She was doing all the dance hall moves, and
yeah.
everybody was like, I'm looking at five apparently seemingly white women doing every
Some
dance.
Jamaican. Yeah.
And chef in the back. Let me get chef up real quick before I go. Chef, you ready? How okay, Lady Webbs says the big issue is trying to paint our music with one brush. They need a reggae category and a dancehall category, just like hip hop and R&B, two sides of the same culture. Point well taken. Yes, Grace Hamilton, can remember her name, aka Spice. Chef, I see you. Come on up. How you doing, Chef? Good evening. Can you hear me? Uh-oh, we can't hear you. I see your mic is not muted, but we can't hear you. Uh-oh, Chef.
No.
I'm gonna drop the link one more time, Chef. Come out the link and hit it again. Maybe it's something with how you came in. I'm gonna remove you and you can hit the link again. I just dropped it. Y'all, I'm supposed to be in my bed. This is 1 a.m. and I'm supposed to be in my bed. Lord. Korean ads. I don't know which is more offensive. Them doing reggae or dreads. Her opinion.
Exactly. That's I told you, Suzette. That's the thing. That was the thing that irked me when I was a kid. I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Like, I was like, "That's not, no, that's not cool." But I've seen that before, especially in California. They do that a lot. You see a whole bunch of white folks running around with
Oh, they
dreads.
love a
I
dread.
was like, "Oh, Jesus
And they say,
Christ!"
I mean, because we are a culture of like one love, you know, we are part of the human race. We see it. But
Hmm.
dreadlocks, or I don't even like to call it dread because, they weren't, they're trying to say when it was given that term that our hair was dreadful.
Dreadful,
So a
yeah.
lot of people love just to say locks.
It's not just that too, Suzette. Because like, remind you, they make fun of us for that. Like a lot of people, yeah, they have a
Now everybody
history.
rocking it.
Now everybody rocking it. Exactly. First it was
Yeah.
and then I remember when I was growing up as a kid. I grew up in New York. A lot of times when we were going to school, a lot of the kids were getting made fun of when they spoke patois. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, you talk funny. Oh, you sound strange. You talk funny.
Yeah.
You understand
Everybody
what I'm
tried to
saying?
blend. When I
E-
grew up, everybody tried to blend. All Caribbean people didn't. There was no pride in any of that. No.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Like it was
Oh,
it
let's
was a
bring in
weird
Chef.
thing.
Let's see if he can come back. Chef, how are you? Can you speak now? Go ahead.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yay, we can
Hey,
hear
chef.
you.
Hey,
How you doing,
wagwan, my youth.
Chef?
Man, listen, I'm going to tell you, I know that I respect the platform and I really, really have been engaged by what you've been talking because I literally got up out of bed, you know what I'm saying, and put a little pajamas on just so
Oh,
I could talk some stuff. The rest of the talk I was doing was through the chat. So just to let you know,
so yes, I'm glad you are engaged. I got you out of bed. I'm supposed to be in
hey,
bed. But
listen,
tell
you
me,
good.
are you a Grammy voter?
So I was a Grammy voter. What I am, so just so you guys understand, I was a record. I started out as a regular Haitian dude from Brooklyn, Flatbush, Brooklyn, New
Awesome.
York, and my best friend, who was one of my rhyme crew members, named Special Ed. He had a song called "I Got It Made" from back in the days.
Yes, of
He's
course.
also a
Special ed.
Jamaican, right? And we went on tour, and we spent a lot of time on tour throughout my teenage years with some of the biggest artists. And then when we came back off tour, I went to college and I took an internship at Epic Records. Well, what ended up happening was I was supposed to be the guy getting people's laundry and coffee and copies of reports. Well, artists that were signed to the label, because Epic and Def Jam and Columbia were all under Sony, artists that were signed to the label were like, "What the hell are you doing here?" So one of the things that I did was I was able to help get Shaba signed to the label, and we had
Oh,
at 19 years old, I was able to garner two consecutive Grammys. One was As Raw as Ever, which was double platinum, and then Shaba's second album, Extra Naked, which was double platinum as well. And Patra, you know what I'm saying? She was
Patra.
she was a previous love interest, but she was also under the label. So I'll explain. Remember Mad Cobra?
Mad Cobra, of course.
Right. Mad
Gangsters.
Cobra. Exactly. Mad Cobra, Shaba, Patra, they were all under the auspices under the auspices of one guy named Specialist Dylan, Clifton Specialist Dylan. He was the
Mm,
one that was in charge of the whole project. He put all the money behind everything. So I actually, when Patra's album was being created, as well as Shaba's, I got to spend about 3 months in Yard. When we were making the album, I spent some
nice.
time in London when we did the track with wow, that's crazy. With the British guy with the dreads. Uh,
Um,
man, I'm
um,
getting old. I'm almost
no, no,
50,
no. I'm
yo,
trying
so
to think
don't
who that
mind
would have
me.
been back then. I'm thinking
You're
about that
talking about
too.
a collar,
No,
Who?
not a collar.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
it was a red bone. It was a red bone yard man, right?
Mm.
Featuring Shaba, and we actually did the song in London. You know, everybody. It was called "Your Body Can't Lie to Me." That was the actual name of the
Mm.
song. You
Maxi
know, Maxi
Priest.
Priest and Shaba.
Thank you. Look,
Look, I was sitting
the
there, I
cat
was
is
like,
undefeated.
the yellow man.
I've seen him
But
perform tons of times. See, moments with Mickey Red also.
yeah, so it was, your body can't lie to me. We did that joint in London, and being a part
Yes,
of those
Maxi Priest and
projects,
Shaba.
yeah, man, Maxi Priest and Shaba, it was one of the pivotal points of my life. But being able to see everything that went down, the people that were part of that major label, they didn't really understand Shaba.
Mm-mm.
I knew specialists from shows that my cousins in Brooklyn did and everything. And it was like, when I went into that meeting, I said, boss, you don't understand. He's the king of reggae. Back in those days, excuse me, back in those days, they used to crown reggae artists as the king of reggae. And every different club, big reggae club in every state in the US would actually do a crowning. And Shaba,
Mm.
literally, he shut everything down. And it
Mm.
was like, I was familiar with him. I knew his producer based on my family. And it was like, literally, I said, boss, you got to sign him. You got to sign him. You got to sign him. And one of the biggest things about Epic Records was we passed on the Fugees and we signed Shaba. Or I'll say we
Wow.
signed Shaba first and then we passed on the Fugees. So
No way.
there was a lot related to what people did not understand. And for
We
me,
might have
that's
to bring
when,
you back just for the Fuji's expose.
listen, just in terms of understanding the depths of how business works,
Yeah.
Shaba, he got passed on by Def Jam and by Rush and by
Mm.
Columbia. We were all under the same umbrella of
Mm.
of Sony, you know. And it just so happened that me at that time, this 18-year-old intern, was like, no, no, no,
We
no,
need
no.
him. He's amazing.
Right.
Wow.
Because I understood the level of reverence and deference that the music industry, reggae music industry, played for him. So at
Exactly.
that point he got signed, and then, Specialist, his manager, made sure that I was a part of the project. So I was a part of the in charge of college radio. I got Shaba to all the different colleges throughout the country, and
That's amazing.
we did a
You
lot of work.
basically helped launch him here.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was a blessing for me to be able to be a part of that. And then the next project was Extra Naked, right? That was the one where he had his fingers, his first two fingers in like an X single, in an X symbol, right? Call it Extra Naked. And I did that.
Oh.
Then the success from the Cyber projects was what got me to work with Michael Jackson and Sade and Luther and sign, Groove Theory to the label. So what I will say is this: Shaba, that particular camp, Shaba, Mad Cobra,
Hmm.
Patra, we dated for a little bit, but I'm gonna shut my mouth. And
You
if
can
she
handle
ever
Miss
comes
Petra.
back, she could talk about it herself. I'll leave that to
Wow.
her.
No, but
But
to bear witness to that, to be a part of that, coming of age, where they were the young, just hungry and super talented folks trying to break into the American market. And I just remember, I mean, that's when people watched BET. That's when people watch, music videos were so important, and through TV, not like online how we have now. And how, not only trailblazing, it was, as an American, like as a Jamaican artist coming to America, being able to watch it for me, I mean, probably too young to be watching it, but it was just amazing to kind of like have a role model. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I felt like I was always watching things underground. Like I knew about artists, but they weren't accepted here. But when Shaba Bus, when uh, Patra, when like my friends at school was talking about Patra, that was huge to see that kind of stateside acceptance. That was huge. That was
So,
huge.
question for you,
Hmm.
just to get a little bit of perspective. So, are you saying that in 91, 92, and 93, you were still in yard?
Yeah, no, I grew up here for the majority of my life. Born in
Okay,
Jamaica, but grew up here. But every summer, my parents would send me back to chill, or to basically, they said they couldn't afford. I thought it was for the culture, but they couldn't afford childcare. So
right.
my mom was like, she sent me to with her cousins. It was the best experience. So I was there for most of my formative years during the summer. So the summer school, like my brothers were allowed to go to summer school. My brother, my male cousins were allowed to go to summer schools. The girl had to stay home. We weren't allowed to go to school, but we just listen to music, play in the yard, play outside, like go to the
It's
like
dope.
community square, go to the basketball courts, and just the culture. You just kind of like, I got to stay in the city, and I also got to stay in the countryside. Countryside is a whole different ballgame.
So, you got to
Um,
explain to these people about Pasa Pasa,
yes.
because these
So as
folks
I
have
got
no
older
clue.
and got to go back as like a young adult in my 20s, oh my God, I was at every street dance. My parents was like, "What are you doing?"
Right.
Like, where are you? Like, they grew up in these places. They ran from these places, and
For
I'm
the
like,
record, you see me cammed up with you right now.
I
Okay.
see
Right.
you.
Look. Just because what you've been saying has been resonating with me, but right now at the same time we talking, I'm praying that the
Mm.
Lord doesn't let the camera and stuff fall to my lap, because then the world would know I had no pants on.
You didn't have to tell us, but thanks for the warning. It's
So I
that.
know
Listen,
it's
I have
not
on a very
intentional.
relaxed top too. I was like, oh, I should have changed my top before I got on here, but that's why I brought the camera a little closer.
You good, you good. I'm just messing around.
It's that time of night, brother. No one's judging. No one's judging. Our topic tonight, guys. Why did SOJA, Soldiers of Jah Army, I think is what it stands for, win the best reggae album in the 2022 64th annual Grammy Awards? There were several contenders that people who are very in tuned with this genre believed would win. And like I said, on the red carpet, we saw Shaggy, Shampaa, Spice. We saw the people. We thought they were going to have their night. And instead, folks that many of us who have followed this genre, know this genre well, are connoisseurs, real time, consumers, long time consumers of this genre, couldn't understand where these people came from. Now, of course, thank you, Jay Bones, for at least coming from your Virginia angle to say you heard of them and you saw them as a kid, and you was like, "What is this?" It's a different type of reggae, mom, but okay. We went and got the free reggae concert or whatever they was doing at that time. I'm not gonna knock their hustle. I'm not gonna knock that. They put
I'm
their
about to. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
yeah. They try. They clearly were touched and influenced by the Bob Marleys, the Peter Tushes, and all those, and they acknowledged it. But it's something that still feels a little bit off with a reggae album.
It
You know,
should. It
it doesn't.
should.
They was laughing. They was like, "You call Maxi Priest a red bone?" I love
Look,
it.
I got to touch and hug the brother. Give me my grace, right?
This
What
was
I
a good
was,
song. Oh, go ahead.
yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm on your
Gas,
spot.
gas, every
I
day.
will say this. One of the major things is this:
Hmm.
when we as people we speak to other groups of people that aggrandize or love our music. When we create music for the world. We don't create it for one specific group. The impetus or precipitating factor for the essence of our music it shows where we come from. But if you are promoting something, that means you're serving it on a plate to the world, which means you're also serving it up for a particular level of scrutiny. Now, side note, this is where I'm going to piss off my brothers and sisters, some of them. I believe that we as a people have a tendency not to ride the proverbial jocks of different people. We decide that, oh, I ain't going to be riding this person. Oh, I'm not going to do this and that.
Yeah.
But here's what happens. When you look at our musical legends, you go back to rock, you go back to R&B, you go back to soul, old school. Here's the thing. People in London, people in the UK, they have a tendency to study the science of the music we create. The people that we tend to throw away when a new artist comes through, guess what? They embrace them.
Sound just like them.
They embrace Otis Redding. They embrace, Wilson Pickett. They embrace the people we ignore. They embrace Alexander O'Neal, who was also, I worked on the All True Man album, right? They respect us and they study us as a science. Who do I respect? The person that just looks at me as a regular guy, listens to what I say, says something back and keeps it moving, or the person that actually studies my feelings, studies my understandings, and then creates a science based on it? It's a bit of a difference. There's a difference. So now when you look at these white artists, you look at these Sam Smiths, you look at Adele, Ed Sheeran, right? And you pay close attention to what they understand as their virtual Bible of their
Amy
success.
Winehouse.
I got videos of Amy Winehouse when she did the Tiny Table Talks and, the Tiny Table shows and all of that.
Yeah.
These people came into the game studying us. Here's what happens is, where I want to piss people off, we don't study ourselves enough. We do not respect our elders. You have Asian people. You have UK people. All of Filipino people. All of these people that are studying the art form.
K-pop.
K-pop. Studying the art forms that came from within our natural cultural cadence. And we ignore it. So guess what?
We don't value it.
We don't value it. We ignore it because we don't value it. And what happens is you have people like SOJA that comes to the table, and we can go back. I'm old school. I get it. Red wine.
UB40.
UB40. All right. But guess what? It happened to Bob Marley as well, because guess what? Do you know the movement that helped him blow up when he was still, before he got all the locks? It was the ska movement.
Yeah.
The British people that respected the resonant Jamaican Caribbean sounds that were coming through.
They respected it more than what we at home respected.
Than we did. Yeah. Do you know what happens? Do you know what happens when the hot looking next door neighbor respects your wife more than you do?
Problems.
Blood clot problem. So at this point, do I feel a level of anger in terms of what SOJA has done? No. Guess why? Because I believe they respect the art form and they did their part. A lot of times the people that, put it like this, there's a lot of people that will need to go to an important meeting, but by the time they get to that meeting, they'll forget that fast Uber driver that got them there. So We
Man.
have to remember those people that have a deeper level of respect for the thing that comes from us, from our flesh. We have to
From
give
our
them a
spirit,
certain
our
degree of
soul.
respect. Yes, especially when we are in the point where we're not able to. Think about a friend when you're in your worst moment that you're not even proud of, and that friend that comes and helps you up, and then they speak to the public about your greatness. We can't look, I personally say I can't look bad on them.
Hmm.
Whatever accountability I hold to the Grammy board, I understand. My brother
Hmm.
is a part of the Grammy board.
Mm.
You know, our studio has garnered several Grammys. Usher's Yeah came from our studio. Is a whole lot more. So when I say this, you
Wow.
know, part of my entity, my business
You
entity,
know
one of
it.
the
You're.
people is the
Mhm.
actual Grammy voter. So I understand the depths of how we have to think as artists, as people that proliferate the art form, and as well as people that love the music and the people,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
and we cannot negate what Soldier's done. You know why?
It
They
elevated
fought
the
a
art
fight.
form. It's scary to say that, and I'm glad you're bringing up this point of it, this point of the discussion, because like Corinne saying, yeah, Christopher Blackwell had a hand in Bob Marley's career, and
Oh yeah, Tough Gun music, Chris
yes,
Blackwell.
Tough
Yes,
Gong
yes.
Records, yeah. So it's hard because I don't think, and please, everyone watching, understand my intent behind the show is not to create a divide based on this race owns this or this ethnicity owns this. My question is, and I think you've put it so eloquently, you know, is it valued when made by the people who originated, or is it only valued by those people um, from outside of the ethnicity, as what you're saying
So
or alluding to, that
I'm about to touch all your parts. I'm
they
about
are.
to touch. Sorry, go ahead. I apologize. I'm on your
No, you gotta
platform.
go.
No, 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 no. I was
Oh,
saying that I was going to touch all parts of the dynamic you expressed.
no, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
One of the things is this, especially when you have a friend and say you go to your friend's house and they're arguing with their mom, their dad, their sibling, their auntie, their cousin. We have a certain level of objectivity that we could bring to the table. So we can see, oh, okay, listen, man, I see what your auntie was saying. I see what this person was saying. What I believe is that in certain points where we exist within this dynamic of music, entertainment, arts, and everything, we can only promote the art form or the feeling or the levels of expression that we can promote, but we always require a filter. And the filter is going to be the other person that says, yo, yeah, I understand where it's coming from. And that's going to be the
Mm,
filter that allows your sound to resonate to the others.
mm.
As it stands right now,
Is it a
we got,
filter or is it validation?
mm, I won't say, and I'm glad you asked that. I won't say that it's actually validation because validation is not actually an act. Validation is a feeling.
Mm,
I can think that I'm validating something that you did during your show,
mm-hmm.
but if you don't feel that I was doing that, you might think that, oh, what the hell was Chef saying? What was he trying to do? So validation, it speaks more to intent and reception or absorption.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I could be
It's
trying to validate you, but
mhm.
you may be taking it as, oh, Chef was trying to talk funny. I may
Right.
say something and then you may take it as validation.
Hmm.
So those two, it all,
So it's not necessarily validation. You're saying you call it filtering, because I'm trying to think, is it filtering or is it acceptance of majority culture that we seek?
so Great question.
I'm just thinking aloud what I'm thinking.
Nah, you good. You good. In terms of what I see that you're trying to validate, that's going to be me recognizing movements that you're making and me thinking about where you're coming from and how and your approach. But when you talk to the lay people, the civilians, the pedestrian class, the groups that just turn the radio on and enjoy the music, they're not going to see it in that way. Then you get the other group of people that like to dig a little deeper. They're going to figure a different way. But for me, one thing that allows me to talk the amount of crap and smack that I speak on these YouTube streets, I always say that I win in the replay. Why? Because regardless of emotion and feeling and all of those different things, and when you have all of the facts in play, I know that I will win. And I know that you will, even if you don't agree with what I'm saying, you will say,
Yeah.
you know what? Okay, I get why Chef
No, you make
felt the
great
way he
points.
felt.
You're
You
making me
feel me?
think for sure. Korean eyes, kind of like would Eminem have been this famous? This now Eminem is talented, super talented. Can't deny that. Would Eminem have been this famous if he was not white? Or is he an exception to the rule?
Great question. Great
Mm.
question. Because some would say if he was a brother, the way that we do our own folks,
Yeah.
that we may have cannibalized him and called him a weirdo, or he's trying to be white.
Yeah.
Think about it.
It's very interesting. Good point, Green, because what you're saying, I know, even I think about Ding Dong. And J Bones, if you want to jump in, I'm sorry, I have you hanging out here. J Bones, did you want to add anything?
No, no, I'm just listening in. I'm
Okay.
brothers. Yeah, the brothers. He's giving some really great insight. So,
Peace, Jay
you know,
Busy. I see you, brother.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Cool.
When the big
So,
brothers talk, you got to be quiet.
yeah, right. I'm learning a lot too, making me think. All right, cool. Um, so I was thinking about Ding Dong. Do you know the artist, Jamaican artist? Shout out to Ding Dong, first of all. Was like a street dancer. Those same parties I was telling you about, those same street gatherings, right? Ding Dong is now, you got to call him, he's a bona fide artist, right? He came from learning from the greats like Mr. Aki or Mr. Waki, as we say. And we oh, you got a channel, come on, let me drop it, why not? Check out Chef's channel, y'all. I'm excited. Making the connection here. Yeah, Mr. Aki was one of the first gentlemen kind of recognized for that, again, that innate, that God-given, that the beauty of what lies within this melanated body. He could start a move, the move take off. He coined the move, right? So Ding Dong is kind of one of the um, next generation. Mr. Waki died years ago, but he was like again a godfather of of dance hall. There's another Shelly Belly around about the same time. I don't know if you don't know about no Shelly Belly. You know about Shelly Belly? Shelly Belly got to be about 55 right now. Shelly Belly's still in the dance hall.
So look. I'm sorry to oppress and then negatively incentivize the ladies, but in August 2022, I'm about to be 50 years old, so I know
No
who the hell Shelly
way.
Belly is.
You
Yeah,
know who
yeah,
I'm
yeah. I
telling you,
just
my brother and I had the deepest conversation with my cousin this weekend, sitting in the garage over their house, just kind of like talking about the state of dance hall. This is how much we love this type of music, right? And I'm still, again, it keeps me connected to my roots in a sense. And we were talking about Shelly Belly still a go on and doing her like me name Shelly Belly and whatever, whatever. It's just so funny. Again, I may not be even taking it as seriously as I should be, witnessing and knowing that this person was a foundational, almost, thank you, laba laba. What you know about it? These people, again, we take it for granted. We so talented, we so innovative that we take it for granted that, oh, they just dancing. And when Ding Dong talks about like how he goes to Russia or Germany or Switzerland, and women coming out in the cold with a snow jacket, facing the elements so they can go to dance hall class to learn our art form. They take it so much more seriously than we do. We're like, oh yeah, no, miss, oh, I can't miss, oh, this, that. But we don't see it. We take it for granted. I guess it's so easy for us. Sometimes when it's easy for you, or if it's just commonplace to you, we have so many people that can make music, especially in Jamaica. They say there's a recording artist on every corner, a recording studio just about on every corner. It is a way out the ghetto that, people take, that route and try to pull themselves out of the ghetto for music all the time. So you see these people and it's like almost too familiar to you for you to see how special it is. And Ding Dong talks about how he goes to Russia, and I'm talking about they looking at him, they studying him, they want him to teach these classes, and it's like they respect our art form more than we do, to your point. But yeah, it's amazing to see. And again, I've seen these people on the street dance, and I'm like, oh, look at them, click, and that's it. But
Well,
there's people that study it, as you say, and
so
really
watch this.
respect
Sorry.
it.
So let me
Kiva.
so let me just say this. Let me say this. Look, you talking to a Haitian guy, right?
Mm.
But man, I talk this thing in a Jamaican
Got the things.
patois.
Go on,
Man,
got the things.
sleep, sleep, man, for sleep, So, right. So, what I will say is this:
Mm.
in terms of me, Chef Shapino, and what I think about reggae, and I think about the whole music thing, the same thing that I say for my American black American folks that are not diaspora, that recognize that London, all the Philippines, all of these
Yeah.
different places
Yeah.
respect certain things that we ignore and that we tend to
Respect
disrespect.
us.
They respect us, and they respect a specific thing: the science. The things we ignore, the things that we ignore, the other people consider them a science. And all
That's
that I
it.
wish
The
is
Motown. You. All right, brother. I know it's getting late. I'm gonna go to my bed too.
no,
I'm
no,
a
you're
lover.
right. It's a science, and we
The
have to start
formula.
respecting
They respect
ourselves.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you, Quincy
you got a
Jones. Thank
family
you.
here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got a
I hear you.
family here, and you got other people respecting your family, your neighbors, respecting your family scientifically more
I
than
hear
we
you.
do, studying.
And trying
So
to
come on,
reproduce it, thinking about it, as you say, formulaically.
let's
That's
love
real.
ourselves,
Wow.
folks. That's all I got, man. And I
Yo, I'm about to go.
apologize.
Thank you for being a part of tonight's conversation. Jay Bones, last comment from you, brother. We got to go to bed, bro. We got to wake up.
No, forget J Bones. I got to come in for you, and
Okay.
then I drop.
Okay.
Yo, sister,
Yes.
Miss Sistren, me
Yeah.
love you long time. Listen, your still pictures that you have for your thumbnails.
Mm-hmm.
And I look like you, my.
They don't look like. Is it?
No,
you don't like it?
I'm not gonna say I don't like it. You ain't gonna put me in no Kevin Samuels boat, right? Ranking.
Okay, I'll change the thumbnail tonight.
Your live pictures, and in the lives, I saw you with Melissa Jane. Every time I see you, I don't believe that your still photos that have been up there represent the true beauty of Miss Sistren. And that's what I'm going to say.
You're very
so it's the real. All of these people know what I'm talking about. They see you live. They see you in the pictures. And all I'm saying is that it's two different people.
Oh, wow. Me? How do I get that? I got to capture the
you
real
live
me.
now. You're not a magazine gal now. Yeah, depend the live stream thing.
Okay, so let me try to take a selfie real quick.
But yeah, you be putting in that work. Just...
I've enjoyed poor J Bones. He left a backstage message like, I'm falling asleep, y'all. Love y'all. Good night. Good night, J Bones. Thanks for coming through. But I respect you, Chef. Thank you for that feedback. I welcome it.
And
it's been fun.
I appreciate you.
I can't see. It's time. I've enjoyed talking with you, picking your brain. Shout out to you, and thank you for sharing your experiences in the music industry. Very, very interesting stuff to know someone who was there, who witnessed, this type of, international notoriety and growth, from the front seat, like literally of the car. Appreciate you, brother. It's been a pleasure. Have a great night. You're welcome up anytime. Thank you so much for coming through.
Love is love.
All
Peace,
right.
love, and
Thank
light
you,
to
Chef.
all.
Big up yourself, my Haitian brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, y'all, I hope you guys have enjoyed. This was a great one. Sleep time. Much love, says J Bones. Poor thing. Yep, I agree. Hey, Kanadak, I'm happy to see you. Good night, y'all. Andre, you doing late night. Sunbreeze doing late night work. Thank you. Appreciate you. Brenda, love this. Said tonight was a vibe. Listen, okay, I'm going to try to do better with my thumbnail. I think Chantel Simone does a good job of that. I think she just takes the picture right before she starts and then do the thumbnail with the picture. So I'm gonna see how it comes out. You never know. It was good to get feedback. It's good to get feedback. Thank you, the architect, for being here. Enjoyed you, darling. Thank you, Chicago Rilla. Appreciate you. Loved your insight and your feedback here as well. Great show, great show, great show. Thank you. All right, I got to get up early. Have a great night, guys. Shabbat. Y'all great. What's going on? Y'all so funny. I got to go. Good night. More beautiful. Oh, on video. Well, you're very kind. Can't thank y'all so sweet. All right. Good night to my ladies and my gentlemen. The pot will come out. Jay Bowles is so funny. He like, I'm falling asleep. Y'all out here doing late night. I gotta go. You ever stayed up so late you got hungry again? That's where I feel. I gotta go to my bed though. All right, you learned so much. Okay, fantastic. Sweet dreams, all. All right, it's been real. Love y'all. See y'all soon. Have a great night. Thanks for watching. Bye now.